This is the Hills Footy League Match of the Day.
Yes, good afternoon everyone as we get set for the second and final Sunday session of the Police Credit Union Hills Football League Division 1 A-grade finals action here on the Call of the Wild. I'm Jeff Pistola and the Dreammaker has made its way back from Blackwood overnight and is parked on the Gumtree wing at Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne for the first semi-final between Lobethal and Onka Valley on what is a Father's Day battle to remain in the 2021 Premiership race. And we'd like to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hopefully you got spoiled like I did. Once again, our worldwide live stream coming to you through our regular great Call of the Wild supporters, Chris Shaw Accounting and Kloses Supermarkets, and we acknowledge the major sponsors of the Hills Football League Final Series, of course, Police Credit Union, West End Sportspower, Sherrin, the Courier newspaper, and Think Road Safety, and not forgetting media sponsors, Sports Interactive, Dartfish and Filming Footy, and of course a big mention to our great friends at Solar Wholesalers and Fitness Studios, and of course welcome once again to our listeners taking the radio broadcast through Lofty Media 88.9 FM. Big welcome to you. Well, as we prepare for an anticipated last man standing affair, it's great to welcome back Benny Goldfitz following his trek north for the Country Division preliminary final yesterday. Welcome back, Goldie.
Yeah, great to be here, Pistols. Perfect conditions. And yesterday I was out at Kersbrook and Meadows through to their first grand final since 2004 up against the Brookers. So that'll be great.
That's fantastic. And centenary flag for the Brookers. But
and that score yesterday, it was 12-13 to 6-9. Meadows, great second half after scores were level at the main break. So I'll get you some more stats on that shortly.
And just ironically, Meadows, I think, were the last, one of the few, we talked about it yesterday, one of the few South Australian country clubs who have actually won a premiership in the centenary year back in 2001. So Kersbrook trying to emulate that, but as you said, the Dogs standing in their way. So well done to Meadows, big improvements for the season.
Yeah, just on yesterday, Andrew Coombie kicked 4 goals, Dutton kicked 3, Stock 2. Their forward line's very damaging. So it should test Kersbrook's defence next week, and so it should be a good grand final.
Now, how was the game, Benny? It was played fairly, no vilification or anything like that?
No, good, well umpired. Dennis Raymond, of course, always does a good job, so he should find himself in the grand final, I think.
Fantastic. Good to have you back, my good man. Now, Indy Rogers, once again, has the stats at poise, together with the angelic Jaden J. Hill. A big welcome to you, boys.
Thank you, Pistols. A nice and another really windy day here at Qube Logistics Oval here at Nairne. I mean, it's quite chilly. We had a bit of chill coming over at Blackwood yesterday, and it certainly followed through to Nairne this afternoon. But should be an exciting game as well. The winner of this game set to play Uradla next week in the preliminary final, and we saw Uradla yesterday. They certainly weren't any small feat. They went toe-to-toe with Harndorf at the best of times, so they'll need to bring their absolute best today, without a doubt, whoever wins this, of course, and then replicate that again next week. So this will be a telling tale, I reckon. But for some statistics to back that matchup up a little bit more, I reckon we go over to Jaden J. Hill.
Geez, thanks, Indy. Great to be here. Should be a fascinating contest, this one. The head-to-head count between Lobethal and Onkers is 13-12 in favour of Lobethal, and the average score that Lobethal kick against Onkers is 70, and the average score that Onkers kick against Lobie is 74. So it's pretty even in that respect. The average score that Lobie have scored this season is 78.3, with Onkers 70. So 70s all round at the moment. The last time that Lobethal were in a semi-final on a Sunday was back in 2013, where they unfortunately lost 10-8-68 to 17-11-113. That was at Blackwood, that one. And the Onkers have played in 2 semi-finals on the Sunday last year, back in 2020, where unfortunately they lost by 57 points. But they also won in 2011, 118-65 against Mount Barker. So should be a fascinating contest here. And it's also the first time that there is a semi-final on a Sunday at Nairne for a very long time. My records go back to 2010, and there isn't any record of a semi-final on a Sunday at Nairne, Pistols.
Thank you very much. There might have been a couple in Division 2, I'd suggest. But
no. That counts Division 2 as well.
Oh,
So,
does it
yes,
really? I remember
yes.
coming out here and actually reporting on a couple of games. Maybe been since then because it was one. It was a particularly wet deck, but certainly that's not the case today. Now, we liked his work so much yesterday. He's joined us again in the special comment seat here at Qube Logistics Oval, but we won't tell him it was only because he had his priority parking voucher, which still works. Welcome back to familiar surroundings to the great man, Daniel Lackenby.
Thank you, Pistols. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Great to have Goldie back in the seat. Looking forward to a big day, but yeah, I've handed the keys back, boys. So luckily Dallas sorted me out, so I didn't have to worry about too much at the gate.
You would have known where the holes in the fence are, mate. You can sneak through.
Umpires have charged me double.
Now, as we speak, the reserves first semi-final. Of course, last man standing. You move on, or you go to the mothball shop, and exciting game 4-12. Blackwood are leading your raid, the 4-3. So a 9-point margin at the moment, favour of the Woodsman. You can probably hear the wind in the background here. Perhaps a bit different to the wind yesterday at Blackwood Oval, Lackers, but as a man who knows this territory pretty well, just give us the aspects on the conditions at the moment.
Yeah, blowing down to the bottom end, which is usually the way.
The Bracunga end?
Bracunga end, left of screen. We cut those trees behind the clubroom end goals down a few years ago, and since then the wind just whistles through there. But that was better than losing a few utes, which we did, which the trees took out. So
Sorry?
yeah, we lost a few utes. So the
What? Tree fell on utes?
tree fell on utes.
Really?
Yeah, so they had to go. So all the pines out the back there went, and that's why
Wow.
we've got those little ones planted out.
What
Club
about
did a good job.
the conservationist brigade who live in there? What was their feelings about that? Heritage pines,
No,
which you can't have.
We had a good 300 people come out and plant the ones that are there now. So replacing them, Pistols, doing the right thing by the environment.
Oh, very. Yeah, I was just say it has opened up that end of the ground for sure. That's and of course we used to having close reserves games in the finals. Of course, yesterday it was 2-point margin. Hardorf getting over Mount Barker. And of course, in the country division B grade, Benny, that was a tied effort in extra time. I believe.
Extra time. And of course, Chad Windsor kicking a goal in extra time to help Meadows get over the line.
So Meadows are in both teams.
That's
next
right,
week?
as they've done since the elimination final. So they've travelled through from the elimination final into the grand final. So it should be a great atmosphere out at Kersbrook. Now, our man Dallas today, Pistols, Lackers, and Indy and Joe, he's going to track the comments coming through on the Hills Football League and Call of the Wild pages. He's going to let people know where they can listen today. So,
Well, I tell you
Dallas.
what, this is a historic occasion because in all the history of the Call of the Wild, we never heard the dulcet tones of the man behind the screen. So, without further ado, welcome Dallas Rogers.
G'day boys, do you have me all right? I got to take my headphones off so it's not echoing. Yeah, good to be on the call for once. I'll be manning the deck as usual on all the socials. So if you want to send your comments through, go to the Call of the Wild or the Hills Football League Facebook page and just send them through on the stream. And we're also going to the Filming Footy YouTube channel. So send your comments through and let's get some spice going.
And as we speak, you might want to read the final scores there, Dallas. No, he got to earn your
Sorry,
keep.
what was that, Pistols?
You might want to read the final scores here. Earn your keep.
Yeah, so we've just had a close B grade final here. Blackwood getting up by 9 points, 9 behinds in fact. So over Uradler there. So good result for the Woods.
Absolutely.
No, it's good.
I tell you what, he might
Nice.
have a career this side of the camera. I think that's that young man.
He's a
Now,
good-looking
Lackers,
man.
we've got Lobethal coming out first here. How are you seeing them today?
Yeah, looking good, Lobie. You'd expect a response from the last game out at Callington versus Uradler. So, look, again, today's going to be suiting them with the breeze, move the ball quickly. Key forwards are the focal point with their tools, and they'll try and stretch the Onka's back line. So, kicking the blokes like Dorr and Carter. Notable out at the moment is Fisher with an Achilles, I believe. But they've also got some good blokes on the floor when the ball hits the ground, like Bampton and a few of those lads.
You can probably hear that wind in the background.
Yeah. The windows are clattering as Onka Valley now make their way out of the change rooms there. Lackers, the Dogs, your thoughts on them?
Yeah, Doc Webber back into the side today. Surely they got some great momentum at the moment. Onka's Footy Club.
Webber in, Damien Green out with a hamstring.
Greenie out with a hamstring will hurt, but the Weber-Greenslade combination is always going to go well. That'll be interesting to watch against the likes of Riley and the boys inside there. But again, similarly to Lobethal, they'll be looking to stretch their back six with Leonard and Adcock. And then you got the young fellas on the floor, which do a great job there too. So it should be interesting. The game will basically be won in the midfield today.
All right, so both sides now out on the ground, just going through the pre-match here for the first semi-final. Umpires today, Lackers. A lot of people are tuned in for their performance. Who have we got who are going to be umpiring today?
Couldn't tell you, Goldie.
You haven't got the paperwork down there?
No,
we've got Ben Moore, Bruce Dawes and Mick Taylor. Three of the best.
Yeah, I love the umpires. I've been reasonably gentle on them this year, to be honest with you, Goldie. So yesterday the boys did a really good job. They got the coach out with them today. So
oh, look, he's loving it. He's smiling
peering
straight
up.
at you.
He's peering up here, the coach. He's trotting around.
They think it's about them.
Their boys have got the thumbs up. Dory will do a good job. I think Dory's only been doing a handful of games so far this year. The Sturt senior women's coach, so obviously he knows the game really, really well. So I like the three umpire system, especially in the finals. It makes it easier on the umpires and makes for a better game of footy too.
And boundary umpires Riley Carpenter, Josh Wilson and Job Kirk. And the goal umpires are Robin Crompton and Jason Wren. Of course, the last time they met was round 12. Lobethal 19 goals 9 defeated Onka Valley 4 goal 9. 90-point win there for the Tigers. I'm not sure that'll happen again, Pistols. And back in round 3, Anzac Day, it was Lobethal by 24 points. So the Tigers twice this season have got the chocolates against the Dogs. Jaden, what's the head-to-head record again between the two sides recently?
Yeah, head-to-head record is 13-12 in favour of Lobie. Goldie?
It's interesting you mentioned yesterday, I think it was it 14 all, Geradler and Harndorf from 2010?
Yes, 14 all.
Just amazing, it's just amazing teams when you look at how sometimes teams are dominant like Harndorf have been, but obviously reflects the period when Geradler were dominant.
Evened it out, yeah.
Yeah, and that's amazing stat here as the toss is about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Jeffries, who we had on the huddle during the week, he's tossing the coin here for the Dogs.
So only one win overall between these teams at the moment, 13-12 in favour of the Tigers. So as Goldie says, the skippers and little Jack Bampton.
Cold breeze out here, boys. The umpires looking resplendent in their jackets. Lovely sponsors on the back.
So got the sun hat on there when the umpires.
Here we go, Lackers. Looks like it's tails is the call.
It's could be very important.
Ooh.
So Joffa has elected to go towards the Bakunga end of the ground, as we said, where the wind is. So, what do you see the wind down there, Lakers?
At least 9 goals, I reckon, Pistols. No, it's very windy, mate.
Could have done with that yesterday. We only had 6 goals for the game.
If we get a goal in the first quarter, you and I'll be wrapped after yesterday. But listen, interesting thoughts on do you kick with the breeze, do you not? Generally, a final for the first 10 minutes is going to be a bit of a scrap. Be interesting to see if Onkers can take advantage early.
And I suppose you've always got in the fact if you do come home with the breeze, so perhaps losing the toss and going against it the first term, you've got in the back of your mind if you can hold the opposition and, as I said, come home with the wind.
I tried that once, Pistols, and the wind stopped. So
Is that right?
sometimes grab it while you can.
Well, you get that back like in the 1979 SNFL Grand Final when Port had the wind the first quarter, then it swapped around, so and poor old South Adelaide never really got back into the game. But anyway, good crowd in the house. I think conditions have remarkably improved in the last hour or so. There was a bit of drizzle about, but certainly better conditions than we had yesterday at Windy Hill with the sun out. And,
beautiful.
A little bit of wind, but as we said, the thread of rain I'd suggest would go. At least you can see the weather horizon now, Lackers without the pine tree, so that's probably another reason why they cut them down.
If I move quickly, boys, you know it's coming.
Players going into position now, or for the Dogs anyway. The Tigers late to split. We'll just get the interchange benches for the Dogs. Looks like Will Cowling's coming on,
Tanner and,
Steve Tanner.
Noah Bell.
And Noah Bell. And the Tigers now
Well, Cowling very impressive last week, and because Tanner with his experience, and Noah Bell, who was a late inclusion last week, Goldie.
Yep.
And I think it's young Charlie Powell.
Cooper Skinner.
And Stokel.
Cooper Stokel. Henry Voigt, is he going straight into the ruck here? No, he's going into attack. So that means Brady Dorr straight into the ruck.
Well, they need all their
Versus
big guns.
Dan Scholl. Got to roll the dice today, both sides.
I said they were a little bit disappointing last week, so last man standing tomorrow for the loser of this game. First semi-final here on the call of the Wild Sunday afternoon footy. It's at Father's Day. Trust you've been spoilt by the family and settled back and watch some good footy here on our live stream. So Umpire Taylor will have charge of the first ruck contest. We're underway. Benny Goldfinch is your caller.
Righto, here we go. Rivalry into the finals between these two sides. It's Lobethal up against Onka Valley. No tomorrow for the loser. The winner goes into the preliminary final to play Uradla Districts for a spot against Harndorf in the grand final. Lots of talent around the ball here. Scholl, Brady Dorr though with the first clearance. Goes out towards Ellsworthy. He goes to Cooper Luke into the lineup for the Tigers. Kick inside 50. Dangerous position. Bampton was the tackler, so was Nitschke. Like a pinball machine, here's Riley looking for some support. Pring, kick inside 50, and a nice chop out there by Kuiper. And the Dogs should clear here through Joffa Jeffries.
So Kuiper out to Jeffries in front of the Sean Tate terrace bar area. Gets it, here's Shell. Great game by him last week. Puts it forward looking for the dangerous.
Oh, there's
Leonard.
those hands.
Oh,
no, hasn't paid it.
Just, yeah.
Almost.
Great matchup, boys. Leonard, Giorgio, that's one to watch.
Yep. So the Squid just thwarting the marking tip there. So ruck duel. Adcock gets it down. Lee's around the corner towards top of the square. Ball spilt there. Mayo comes in. Was probably thinking about socking off the ground, but couldn't get a clear shot at it. Mitch Jenkins over the top locks the ball out. Dangerously close to the Dogs' goal square. So both sides having moved the ball into their 50s in the opening 90 seconds.
Dangerous territory. Tigers trying to clear through Jenkin. Greenslater applying a bit of pressure. Good tackle there.
He tried to fend off, didn't he, the big
And
man?
that's David Lee's free kick, I
Lee.
reckon. So an opportunity here. Lackers for the Dogs to get on the board first.
Yeah, Lee's starting on ground. The last couple of games he's sort of pinch hit off the bench, but Dingo's gone with him to start. Interesting to see if he can hit this one here, just inside the left post with a go Goldie.
So David Lee's, how many goals has he kicked this year?
Not a proven
Not on.
goal.
He's kicked less than 4. So an opportunity here for the Dogs. We'll let the crowd do the talking here. That's a goal. Just got over the players. So the Dogs on the board inside the opening 3 minutes with the first goal. Of course, that end is favoured by the breeze, and a good start by the Dogs there, Lackers.
Excellent start. Again, just getting the ball inside forward 50, putting the pressure on, great tackle. And got to finish when you get your opportunities, as we saw yesterday. We've got to kick these goals.
Bit of a contrast to yesterday where we had to wait the 13-minute mark of the second term for the opening goal. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, the Dogs are on the board here. So umpire Bruce Dawes, good to see the big fella.
Yes.
Handling proceedings here
Saw a
this
bit of
afternoon.
limbering up before the
Yeah,
match.
so
He's ready to
Dawes-
roll.
So it'll be Shell and Dorr. So Shell to leap, but Dorr got it down. Riley involved there. Ball ground level, working over his green. So ball comes out. Riley bulldozes his way through it, deflected off Mitch Jenkins. Dorr involved, gets to Pring. He slapped that in a big tackle there by Cocciolone. So once again, umpire Dawes balls it up. So Voigt, ruck work taken by Nitschke. Got it back to Luke getting involved. Finally comes back to Luke. Cricket pitch area taken by Shell. Quick hands got it back to Skipper and Jeffries. Puts it forward. Here's the danger man Lee's off hands. First to get there will be Lee.
tell you
Gonna do
what,
something.
he's on fire!
DJ Lee!
Oh, and he salutes!
Salutes the crowd.
Party time!
David Lee's. Wow, what an opening stanza he's playing here. The big man, as we said, not the multiple goal kickers, but he's kicked
He's
two
done
already.
done a bit of Darcy Hourigan work,
Oh.
saluting the crowd in the pocket there, Lackers.
He's just wanted straight in the pivot here too, boys. He says, I'm starting in the guts now. Give it to me, boys. I'm on.
I can do it all.
That is
Fantastic.
sensational. He's certainly stamped his class authority on this game, and he's gone into the middle now. Johnny Greenslade just telling him where to go here. He's going to go straight to Aiden Riley. Meantime, back in the middle, Dorr versus Scholl. Scholl tries to flick it on to Greenslade. He does. Nice skills there by Greenslade. Dogs on top early. Kick forward. Free kick going for the Tigers, is it? Push out. Skinner. So Cooper Skinner just got to calm it down here to Tigers. Goes a short pass to centre-half back. Goes to Cooper Luke. Talented youngster. Played in the grand final last year for the Tigers. Got player on here short as Riley. What are they going to do? Kick out towards the wing. Almost a mark there by Elliott. And it's held up. Umpire Mick Taylor just having a bit of a chirp to the players as he'll ball it up here on the wing, out of side, just in front of us here. Voigt versus Scholl. Scholl won that one. It's come down to the catfish, Andy Vines. It goes to the chip. Chipiana, and Bampton sees him out of bounds. Out of side wing. 5 minutes gone. The Dogs up and about, 2 goals to Lees.
So the Academy boy, right down the barrel, Flynn Rogers, he'll flick it in. Voigt versus Shell. Voigt gets it down nicely to Cooper Luke, threads his way through. He couldn't get through. Good tackle put on by Carissa. Free advantage taken up here. Off hands, Webber trying to get the ball, flicks out here. Adcock comes in, Webber follows up, ground level. Stafford perhaps over the top of him, yes, said the umpire. So Doc Webber back in the side this week. So he'll kick from just on the 50-metre line here.
Hang on, free
Reversal.
Looks like there's a reversal downfield, is there? Looks like it might be Timmy Jenkins, the recipient, goes short to Cooper Luke. Made his presence back already in the opening minutes. A couple of touches, gets it off to Giorgio. Giorgio nurses up the wing, and Dawes was infringed there. Umpire Taylor on the spot, and the ex-Nord Premiership hero will take the resultant free kick right in front of the Dreammaker. 6 minutes gone. 2 goals to the Dogs through DJ Lees. Lead Lobie yet to score.
What? Brady Dorr, turnover in the middle of the ground. Michael Leonard under pressure. Giorgio. It works its way to the half-forward lane. This is the man you don't want the ball in his hands. It's Tom Mayo. He goes for goal, kicks it. Oh, goodness gracious. Matt Fuller was calling for the ball long there in the forward line. A kick across into the middle, and it's a turnover and a goal for the Dogs there at Lackers.
Just some interesting matchups here, boys. I've got Kuiper's got a huge job. He's looking after Dorr and Voigt, who rotate through the middle of the ground. That means Fanning has Carter, and therefore that means Jeffries can pick up Bampton, and therefore he can float off. So he'll be aware of Bampton on the floor, but he'll want to peel off and help those boys third man in an aerial contest.
You can probably hear the strength of that wind in our effects microphone. We'll go down to Jaden and Indy in a moment for the opening stats, but I tell you, they're probably all in favour of the Dogs at the moment. So Dawes puts it up. Leaper with Shell, got it down to Timmy Jenkins, the centre circle. Full about the handball to Luke, holds the ball, then decides to kick it himself forward. That's to the coach Fuller.
What he wanted
so
last time.
they honoured his lead that time. So Fuller calling his forwards.
Carter's on.
The ball dropping the wind up here to Carter.
Got him.
Very nicely got rid of Fanning there. So leading goal kicker, just displaying his craft there. Mitch Carter has taken a mark. As I said, 48 for the season. Finished top of the goal kicking in the minor round. So important that he nails this one, Lackers, to just blunt the early confidence of the Dogs. What would he be aiming for here towards the pineless end of the ground?
Probably straight into it, to be honest with you. Pistols, so you can see the flags going that way. So maybe just inside the right. Depends what your natural arc is.
So Carter should make no mistake here. Straight through the middle, leading goal kicker this season with 49 goals now. And the Tigers kick their first at the 8-minute mark. It's the Dogs 3 goals, Lobethal 1 goal. So back in the middle, Brady Dorr still in the middle. Matt Fuller now putting himself in there with Aidan Riley and Tim Jenkin. Dan Scholl, Steve Tanner on the ground into the middle. Johnny Greenslade and Tom Mayo. So Dorr will go head-to-head with Scholl. Who's going to win out here? Scholl won that one. Nicely the Mayo. Off the back, Jenkin applies pressure on him. Coming through with Scholl. Tried to tap it on to Greenslade. Earns a free kick. Advantage paid. Lace out pass to Adcock. Drop the chest mark. Ball hits the deck. Around the half-forward line. Good tackle there from the Dogs. And the ball should be held up here, half-forward line. No,
Adcock.
Good work. Out the back with Steve Tanner. Into space, taking a mark there was Adcock. He's got a player over the top in Leonard. He'll go back and have a shot directly in front for another goal for the Dogs.
Yeah, clever play there by Adcock as the pack situation. He just wheeled off it back towards goals, and the quick kick came out because he was there uncontested and took the mark. So Jake Adcock, it's 13 for the season, only into 5 games. So chance here to really extend this early break for the Dogs. So the Dogs 4th on the board, 9 minutes gone. Jaden and Indy.
Thank you, Pistols. Already the stats telling a very damning tale for Lobethal. Only 2 inside 50s to Onka's 6 entries. Already looking quite ugly in that area. Jaden.
Cheers, thanks, Indy. 14 kicks to 13 in favour of Onkers, and it's interesting. They usually average a score of 16 in the first quarter and already got 24, so that's an interesting stat as well. Pistols.
Lackers, as we go back to the middle, any thoughts?
Just an interesting one, boys, and the half-forward line for the Dogs. You've got Mayo and Vine swapping through the middle, but their opponents are Jenkin and Nitschke swapping with each other too, so they could get a couple of loosies out there, I reckon, in the confusion.
So back in the middle, Dorr versus Shoal. Dorr won that one just down to ground level. It's taken by Steve Tanner. They're getting the clearances. Kick forward. Mitch Jenkins for the Tigers. Mops up, finds Nitschke. The experienced campaigner kicks it out towards the wing. 1-on-1 contest. Chipiana brings it to the ground level. Shoals, Luke, inboard to Riley. Tried to anyway. Chipiana, turnover. Goes to Mayo for the Dogs. Kick inside 50. Another inside 50 entry for the Dogs. Stafford dropped what he should have taken. Mops up nicely. Under pressure though, over the top to McWaters. And Nitschke should mop up here for the Tigers and kick it straight down the throat of Dan Scholl, who drops it.
Oh, Shell, yeah, coughed it up. Bampton got to the door. He mungs one forward. First to get their lines. Phoenix Lines straightens up.
Good vision.
And picks out here
Kuiper.
Kuiper. So Zach Kuiper, because Riley Sinnott out with injury this afternoon, gives it back to Lines. Nurses up and intercepted there by Carter though. Read that well. So Carter got the coach streaming wide. Fuller on as that. Fuller, little dinky kick up, set up Ellsworthy. Good spoil there
Lines.
by Lines. Comes to Tanner. Gives it back to George Dent. Comes back to Jeffries. He goes long towards the centre. Good kick. Good rebound punch there. Oh, well done by Stafford. Cipiana grabs it here. Drives it back forward. On the leader's ad.
The big man. Lovely.
Play on to the umpire. Gets the handball headed to Carissa.
Put this one down for a...
Puts it towards the vacant goal square. Need a fortunate bounce here. Doesn't come, but the blood of their copybook with their first behind. They're 4-1. The Dogs, Lobe, one straight goal. 11 and a half minutes gone. First term call of the Wild. Lackers.
Yeah, just quick ball movement. That's what it was. Open up there. Good job by Adcock. Fed the ball off, and young fellow disappointed. Had two that he could have kicked to. Had to finish.
So Tim Jenkins breezed the ball in for the Tigers out towards Dorr. What's he called? Holding on. Free kick for the Dogs. Push out, was it?
Yep,
so George Dent will get another inside 50 entry here for the Dogs. Started nicely. 4 goals, 1-1 goal. Leonard's the target in the pocket. Can he keep it in? Well, he does. Tries to backheel it. Under pressure there was Charlie Powell, and it's held up inside 50 for the Tigers. I mean, for the Dogs. So,
ball in deep in defence. Mitch Jenkins. Resultant free kick. Actually, will go to Voigt by the looks of it. So, the two sleeve boys there. So, Voigt. Of course, running best and fairest for the Tigers, puts it up the wing area, Doors the target, Fanning's next to him, also Carter. Ball comes down here, Webber at the back, gets it to Jeffries, high kick by the skipper. Coccione there, got his hands to it. Leonard involved, at the back door is Elliott, bit of candy this way, that way, goes backwards, finds Voigt in the last line, chips it and finds Timmy Jenkins. So Jenkins, deep in the back pocket.
Jenkins with the ball. We'll go to Dallas shortly just to let people know where they can tune in today. Jenkins sells a bit of candy around Mayo for the Tigers. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. Doors the target. Fanning, Scholl as well. Carter. Ball hits the deck. Bampton. He could be wrapped up here by Scholl. Tries to barrel through. Dallas, we'll just go down to you, just where people can listen in again.
Yeah, g'day, boys. We got a few comments through so far on the Facebook. We got Justin saying up the Tigers and Todd saying up the Dogs. So... still want more beef there. We want to see some fire going off in the comments. So you can send them through at the Call of the Wild Facebook page or the Hills Football League Facebook page, as well as the Filming Footy YouTube channel, as Lobethal go forward for their first behind of the day. Back to you.
So Cooper Luke getting the ball there to Ellsworthy, as called by Dallas Rogers there. That's just missing. So first behind. So 1-1 the Tigers, 7-4-1 Onkers. As,
that breeze has picked up.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the rising look a little bit darker over the pine trees there. So the ball comes out here. Big leap.
Voigt.
Great
mark.
That's a great mark down the lens of Flynn Rogers there. That'll be a highlight, that's for sure. The big man, good contested mark. He goes short across here to Carter. Oh, managed to grab it. Hands it off to Mitchy Jenkins. Gets the kick out here towards Pring. Ball comes to the ground, Matt Dean, but infringed there. It was the goal kicker DJ Lees on Ben Pring, so Pring will have the free kick just in front of the terraced area here, the Sean Tate Bar terraces, and he'll kick from about 49 metres, Goldie.
So Pring outside 50, lobs it to within the forward pocket, taken there by Tom Mayo. Chops the ball out. Every single player in the forward half of the ground for the Tigers. They've got 1 goal, 1 on the board. Onka Valley out of the blocks with 4 goals, 1. Lees has kicked 2. Greenslade tried to flick it on. Vines was around the area. I should say Viney holding the ball. Free kick here for Adcock. Goes to Lees. He started this game brilliantly. Kicks towards Chipiana. Good use of the pace there, or the toe. Leonard's pushing deep for him here. He looks for a runner. He goes to the racehorse Gamma. Kick on the left into the pocket. He's going to be mopping up here in defence is Elliott. He's going to go over the top to Mitch Jenkins. Goes with a short pass up towards Carter territory. Chop out. Good mark there by Chipiana for the Dogs. And he'll kick the ball inside 50 here at the 16-minute mark.
So good work by the ship there. So Cipiana, what's on offer? Going to go long towards the high traffic. Cozzolioni is a target. Pring also involved. Well mopped up by McWaters out the back door to Voigt. Nurses up the line, finds his fellow big man for the Tigers in Brady Dorr. So Dorr look to go long on that left, no doubt. Not a lot on offer. So Dorr finally guides up the wing area. But intercepting mark there taken by Zach Kuiper. Right on the boundary line, right in front of the former palace of Daniel Lackenby. Nurses up the line and finds Doc Webber. In turn, nurses up. Here's Lees. He's everywhere, Goldie.
Yep.
Nurses at forward. Adcock. Good work.
Oh, great
by
work by the
Elliott.
big man. Look at the big man.
But coming in to assist there was Voigt in the end, so holding the ball. But plenty of agility there from Adcock.
Just cross down to Daniel Lackenby. Just any thoughts so far, Lackers, as we go to the 17-minute mark?
Enjoying the big fella's dance moves there. They were all right.
A bit like you, like your good self.
Couple of bourbon cans in, pistols.
Henry Voigt with the ball for the Tigers. Switches play out towards Jenkins. So Tim Jenkins looking for a runner here over the top, which will be McWaters. Tells him to run. Then he's under the prompt here from Greenslade. Gone!
Great chase
Great
there
chase
by
Greenslade. Off to Andy Vines. Put this one down for hit the post. Oh, Timmy Jenkins just had a bit of a chat to someone there.
Great effort by Johnny Greenslade, though. It's just showing, as a coach, Lackers, you'd love that. You're never out of a contest.
Absolutely, that's the stuff you love. Just while they're fetching the footy, boys, it is so difficult to kick the ball into this breeze. Onkas are doing a great job getting 4 goals already. The name of the day here would be territory, just because when you've got the kicking against it, it's just going to be so difficult getting the footy up the other end.
So, Timmy Jenkins, let's try this again. Kick outside of defensive 50. Dorr. Good juggling mark. So Brady Dorr with the ball. He'll go on the left. Looking for options. So Dorr kicks it up the wing. Kuiper front position. Giorgio. Powers around the action. Nitschke. And umpire Taylor comes in at the 18-minute mark and says, I'll have it. Onka Valley, 4 goals, 2. Lobethal, 1 goal, 1 in the knockout semi-final. Winner goes through to the preliminary final, play Duradler, and the winner out of that will go into the grand final to play Harndorf.
Tell you what, that man Lee's involved in that passage of play too with a good tackle. He's doing it all, Goldie, kicking goals, setting up teammates, and the heavy body work. So Bampton gets on to Nitschke. Nitschke threads the ball out to Riley, who just crashes through, dispossessed there. The ball goes back in, fighting hard at ground level. Little Jack Bampton over the top in assistance. But in the end, umpire Mickey Taylor comes in and says, I'll have it, boys, just in the corner of the centre square here. So ball up. Seeing his ground was Voigt. Ball comes down. Here's Lees again, trying to thread his way back. Bampton finally with a left foot off forward. Standing delivered there was Kuiper. Stolen here by Ellsworthy. High kick. Brady Dorr fists the ball down. Foot race now to get there. Fuller might be further. Shipiana also involved. Ball at the back, grabbed by Carter. Towards the top of the square, 2-on-1. Fanning brings the ball to ground. Also working hard there. Lobethal, but finally, crashing the ball over in front of the scoreboard. Looks like it was Webber, the doc. So right in front of the scoreboard, which reads 4-2 Onkas, 1-1 Lobethal. Come out to 19.5 minutes gone. First term, entertaining knockout semi-final here. Sherrill goes unopposed, get it down. Nitsky lurking. Finally, Weber takes the ball, gets a high kick. Camped under his lees. One grab, two grab. Coughed it up, backs ground level, follows up, pulls it in underneath him, now gets it out. In the meantime, push.
Oh, off we go. Chipiana through the middle of Nairne Oval. Kick forward, Leonard, one-on-one. Good spoil there by Giorgio. Brings it down to Jenkin. He tried to get it to Stafford. It's cut off by Greenslater, who's playing brilliantly. Squeezes it out. There'll be a turnover here. Opens up the track to Timmy Jenkin for the Tigers. Over the top. Good movement. Oh, cut out there. That was Powell. He was chopped out by Scholl. Managed to batter it up, and Mick Taylor says it'll free kick there. The Powell, interestingly.
Joffa, just give him a bit of advice.
Riley,
It's
I
coming
should say.
back.
Yeah, Aidan Riley for the Tigers. Will kick the ball inside 50. They've got a goal on the board. Kicking into this breeze. Dawes to target or Carter. Daw went up with the big Mets. Greenslade at ground level mops up to George Dent. And he finds the catfish, Andy Vines, for the Dogs.
So Vines in the centre square. He's got a couple of runners out wide. Goes towards one of them.
Lines.
Feeds it off the run of the veteran Tanner. Tanner nurses up line, finds Quasira. Gamma, sorry.
That's right.
Puts it forward. Giorgio, the iron fist there. The 2-12s opposed. Leonard still trying to battle for the ball. Following up here. This time it's Carissa. Toe pokes it forward. Comes out the back door dangerously. Will Cowling. They got a couple of very good goals last week, but at the end the ball was rushed through for a minor score. So 4-3 plays 1-1 here. 21 minutes gone. First semi-final, elimination final, whichever way you look at it. No tomorrow for the loser, that's for sure. So Timmy Jenkin, what's on offer for him? Is he bring the ball back in for the Tigers?
Kicks out towards us. Giorgio and Daw over the top. Scholl, that's a trademark mark there. So Dan Scholl, the big man, kicks long and strong inside the 50 line for the Dogs. Adcock, over the top is Leonard. The Twin Towers dominating, and Leonard takes a beautiful mark.
I'd like to see that one again. I reckon Adcock across the face, and Leonard was just behind. It's like Adcock was the decoy there, Goldie.
Lovely mark. Good work there, Lackers. Lovely mark.
Absolutely. Adcock did a great job in the contest there, and Leonard just out the back. There's a fifth. So, as Daniel Lackenby intimated, 22 minutes gone and the Dogs have their fifth on the board. Contrast to the Lobethal, just the one goal at the 7-minute mark through Carter. But they are kicking with a bit of a handy breeze here, but gee. Yeah.
Leaves them with a bit of a task here in the second term. You'd think Lackers to get back on an even keel.
Yeah, we just hit time on. 5 goals, probably about right, and that goal into the breeze is going to be really important. So before we see too much, just want to see how Lobethal move the footy with the breeze in the next quarter.
So back in the centre, umpire Moss pitches the ball. Daw to leaper, but it was won by Shell. Quick hands out here to Tanner, drives it forward. Pack arrives, taken by Nitsky, he's got support. Taps it on cleverly to Stafford. Stafford long handball out here to Daw. Daw will give it to Riley, who goes back through traffic. Oh, well done by the Dog. Finds his way and then shits it across the other side of the ground, taken by Pring.
He's got Nitschke running for him here. He's got Timmy Jenkin further. They're all starting to split and spread on this side of the ground. He's gone to the Charlie Cowlam, who's the drink runner. Meantime, Andy Vines is going to have to take the kick here for the Dogs. They lead 5-3. Lobethal 1-1. Only goal kicker for the Tigers so far is Carter. For the Dogs, it's Lees' kick 2, Mayo, Adcock and Leonard. Stafford off his mitts finds Riley. Oh, brilliantly done. To Voigt, to Pring. Tigers mopping up in the defence. Kick into the middle of the ground. 1-on-1 contest. Good work there by George Dent. Jeffries, he'll be happy to just hold it up here against Ellsworthy.
So umpire Moss just bringing a bit in from the cricket pitch area, fair enough. So Daw, Shell over the top, got it out. Riley follows up, tries the old fend off. This time he's going nowhere. He got 2 Dogs to get through, and holding the ball is the adjudication. So Johnny Greenslade, who's been pretty active in this opening term, of course plenty of experience, Dirt League Premiership player. So nurses the ball forward to Tanner, who's had a few touches since he's come on off the interchange bench. Oh, almost slips over in excitement going back to his mark. So Nurses up the line. Here's Adcock. Stafford arrives with a defensive fist. Ball spills. Stafford again. Gets it out here. Teammate. Here's Ellsworthy. Feeds out wide. I think this is McWaters. Gives it back. Fuller. Gives it back to Netsky. Centre half forward. And Steckel on his own takes a mark. Gives it quickly to Timmy the Tractor. He loves kicking these. I tell you what, that's not his best effort though.
No.
Bouncing towards the pocket and out of bounds. So I think last touch will be paid. Yes, and Fanning will bring it back in for the Dogs.
Who lead 5-3 to Lobethal 1-1 as we tick towards the 25-minute mark. So maybe a couple of minutes left in the first term.
That's handy, just straight off the bench and get a touch here, guys.
Yes. Tommy Mayo. Shane Collins down there barking instructions. Meantime, kick past the Tigers' interchange bench. Rudnitsky got it out to teammate. Kick forward, chopped out there by Joffa Jeffries. He's got a player on here in the chip. He goes further afield, and why not? He's got Timmy Webber running for him. Webber could go over the top. He does the lines. He, in turn, goes back to the chip. Shinned off Cowling. Stafford should mop up here in defence and kick it further afield. Dan Scholl, though, with the 1 Met Pistols.
Yep. Favourable bounce. Feeds it back here to Jeffries. Jeffries kick out here towards Cipiana. Good defensive ball by Pring. Brings the ball to ground. Good tussle there to get front position. Finally, the chip goes to ground too high. Was the call.
Lackers will,
Daniel Lackerby not happy?
Oh, just let him play. Fair dinkum.
So, Cipiana, what's on offer? He'll go long. Bit of a mung kick. Hate to be on the end of that.
Oh, Adcock. He loves to be on the end of that.
Adcock says, I reckon it's all right.
Loves to be on the end of that one. That's a lace-out pass.
That's like one of your lace-outs at Lackers.
Yeah.
The old helicopter.
Just having a giggle at Addy. He might be lost a bit of wind there. That was pretty low where he took that. So he'll not mind if he puts this through. So this is a huge kick, to be honest with you boys, to get 6 on the board just before the siren. So interesting.
So he's kicked one already. So 14 for the season.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely kick. Of course, a Centurion goal kicker back in the Colts days. He knows how to get him, and that's a great conversion. So Adcock with his second for the term. The Dogs, 6 for the term. Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks Pistols. So 52 kicks, 47 at the moment, but Onka's tackle pressure has been elite, 47 to 42. Even though they've had more of the ball rarely, their tackling pressure has been really good. Indy?
Scoreboard looks pretty bad for Lobethal, and they have the stats to prove it. It's 9 inside 50s to 20 and 5 centre clearances to 2 against their favour.
I tell you what, we mentioned the conditions are all right. And you mentioned Colo there before. I tell you what, it's starting to get a bit darker. Any sign of rain, he'll be off for sure, Goldie. So we'll see how it plays out. Meanwhile, Shell, lovely tap down into Mayo, in turn gets to the green slate. Dogs forward again. Here's Cowling. Was he held on notice at the umpire? Good work by Elliott. Flicks the ball out. First to get there will be Stafford.
Oh.
Runs through the lines. Nice. He gets to the Voigt. Voigt turns back the other way. Then goes long with the right towards centre half forward. Camped under it. Could have been a mark paid. Yes, has been paid there to George Dent. Sorry, Kuiper. So Zach Kuiper held his ground nicely there. Goes across here to George Dent this time, but siren will beat him. But we'll give him a stat for that anyway.
Yep.
So
Claps coming from the Dogs interchange bench, and for good reason. They lead the first semi-final 6-3 to 1-1. Daniel Lackenby.
Yeah, really good start from Onka's. Scholl's starting to become dominant, especially. The boys will give the numbers for those centre clearances, but he's starting to get his hand to the ball, which is looking ominous. Not only that Onkas have got 6 goals with the breeze, but as the boys just stated, the pressure and tackling's been outstanding. The ball use and decision making with this breeze it's still tricky to kick the ball with the breeze, so they've used it really, really well. Adcock's such a confidence player, so he started really well, so look out for Lobe during the day. And the defenders for Onkas, they've got 3 marking defenders who have been prominent, so you've got Kuiper, George Dent and Lyons who can take the ball when it's in the air. Lobe, when they, on the odd occasion that they could get the footy on the fly, they move the ball really well, so they'll be looking to do more of that now that they've got the breeze. But as I said earlier, it'll be interesting. The half-time will be interesting because both sides would have had conditions each, and let's see who can take the advantage of it the most.
all right, Jaden and Indy.
Thank you, Pistols. Well, the only bright side I could really give to Lobe after that term is that they have a score befitting of their stats. Not so good 12 hitouts to 9 is the advantage that Lobethal did get in that quarter, but once again, the stoppage effort coming from the ruck doesn't exactly equate to winning the clearances, because from centre clearances, they lost 2 to 6 in that quarter. Very ugly there. And I know that the win has made quite an incremental difference in Onka's favour, but I also feel like in that same regard, not getting the ball to their first ball users has really hurt Lobethal in that opening term. And even with Riley's best efforts, they just couldn't get enough of their on-ballers to get good use and clever use of the ball. Inside 50s were 9 to 21 in Onka's favour as well, and that's an extremely damning stat if you're a Lobethal fan right here at Qube Logistics Oval. Not to mention, Onkas have just been so efficient going forward, as well as getting their defenders to push up the ground and lock it in the forward half. I mean, Adcock's been a very present target, but Chipiana pitching in at the back has also really helped them a lot. So there's that. And really, you'd be hoping with the breeze in their favour in this quarter, Lobethal can do anywhere near as much damage as Onkas did to them in that opening term, because that's the only way they're going to get back into it. We don't know how many goals that breeze is worth, but certainly the stoppage work from Onkas was worth all the score they earned. Jaden, over to you.
Cheers. Thank you, Indy. So the kicking stats, 53 to 48 in favour of Onka's. Handballing stats, 33 to 23 in favour of Lobie. So they actually did have more of the ball, but when they did have the ball and they were trying to get those handballs to targets, Onka's tackling pressure was just elite. 48 tackles to 42 in favour of Onka's, and a score 39 to 7. Onka's score of 39 is their second highest for the year. Their previous highest is 40, was in round 16. And also, the last time the Onkas kicked 5 or more goals, they won by 57 points against Mount Barker in the preliminary final. So there's a stat for you boys.
Lackers has got home grounded knowledge here, Pistols. He reckons there's something on the way.
We're about to get wet here, boys. I can see it coming. It's a little bit drizzly at the moment, but one advantage to Onkas at the moment, because they've got 6 goals on the board. Even though Lobie's going to have the breeze, she's going to be slippery and difficult to deal with. Starting
to spit a bit here now. Quarter time, 6-3. Onkas. Lobethal 1-1. We're just making a few adjustments here as we predict the weather start to change. Tigers back into position. So starting in the midfield for them. They're going to have to grind out some goals because it's starting to drizzle and intensify with the rain.
I think actually Colo just making a beeline for his car. You know, he likes the wet weather. Only kidding, Shane. In
the middle, Brady Dorr, Tim Jenkin, Aidan Riley and Cooper Luke. Do you want to? You're happy there? Oh, you're
all right. Call to Wild said we've got to thank our supporters, Priest Credit Union, West End and Sportspower, Sherrin, the Courier newspaper, Think Road Safety, and of course media supporters, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Filming Footy,
Fitness Live Studios and Solar Wholesale.
And of course Chris Shaw Accounting and Kloses Supermarket. So trust you're enjoying a worldwide stream, and also
Lofty 88.9 radio with altitude.
I'll tell you what, the people sitting home by the fire would be enjoying it now, because it's starting to get a little bit ordinary here at Qube Logistics Oval. So start the second term. Dorr wins it down, still in the centre circle, pushed forward by Shell. Good follow-up by the big man. Love his versatility, Goldie. He takes a knock and then he's actually doing the work at ground level. So Daniel Shell, what a fine athlete he is. So,
opposition sides would love him in their side.
Absolutely. So ball comes down. One out here by Webber, tries to get a kick away. Back to that man Shell, gives it back here to Greenslade. His handball was deflected. Yep, here's chance for Timmy Jenkins. So the first forward 50 entry of the second term is for the Tigers, but chopped up here for the Doggies by Ben Jeffries.
Joffa Jeffries kicks the ball outside of defensive 50. He's got the catfish, Andy Vines. One more goal here, and it could effectively be game over considering the weather's starting to change. Adcock, 6 goals, 3 to 1 goal, 1. Kick inside 50 by Adcock. Long, strong. Giorgio takes the mark against Leonard. Just favoured him. Tigers desperately need one. Kicks it long and strong. Brady Dorr, 1-on-1 against Young Lions. Yep. Push out against Lions. Did all right, but just gave away that free kick. So Brady Dorr with the ball. Pistols on the wing. Multiple premiership player at Norwood.
Absolutely. So in front of the old gum tree and the Dreammaker. Dorr drives it long. Big leap there. Oh, the back is
okay, here we go.
He's off to Braconga.
There we go.
And keeps it low into the wind. So that's the start they needed. Taking 90 seconds, Daniel Lackenby, to get the reply they needed.
Yeah, that's the one they want. And again, the message will be at quarter time. Territory is what we want for Lobethal. In you go. Contest out the back. Jackie Bampton, bread and butter. Just thinking, if you're Onkers now, defensive side of the ground is the coach's box side of the ground. So attacking side in Nairne Oval's always the top side here. You can go and live the ball. You can knock it out of bounds. You can have a shit fight over the other side of the ground for 20 minutes if you wanted to. But if you want to attack, you want to be on this side of the ground. That's where Lobie's living.
Right, back in the centre. Door flicks it cleverly over the top. Cricket pitch here. Keys Cooper Luke threads his way past Cipiana. Gets a high kick. Viney there is the target. Also lurking again is Bampton. Viney trying to trap the ball. His Webber grabs the ball, breaks away, gets on the right foot, puts a bit of a barrow up the line. McWaters got his hands to it. Come out to meet his Adcock.
Mayo.
Racing through is Mayo. Can the ball keep in play? No, right in front of Shane Collins, who's sheltering in under the dugout. And so we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the crowd who have now taken shelter into the pavilion here at Nairne Oval. So ball pitched back in by the Academy boy. High pitch. Adcock. Door follows up. Toe poked forward. Coming to meet it was Ellsworthy. Gives it back to Door. Door gave the look away handball to someone not looking. So the ball's coughed up. Held in there. And we'll have umpire Doors come in and ball it up. So 3 minutes gone. Tigers with the first goal of the second term. They trailed 2-1 to 6-3 on the call to ball.
Yeah, we'll go to Dallas, the cameraman and extraordinaire and all-round producing, media managing guru, shortly, just for where people can tune in and listen and all that sort of jazz. Adcock, meantime, earns a free kick, does he? Yes, I guess he does. Umpire Bruce Dawes pointing in that direction. He goes to Greenslade. He'll be under pressure here from Ellsworth. He gets a kick away inside 50 towards Leonard. Tried to get down with the feet and free kick here. It's gone to the Dogs. Couple of back-to-back free kicks then for a throw. So Mayo will have a shot at goal, 45-degree angle. After this shot, we'll cross down to Dallas just to remind people where they can listen today. He's kicked 24 goals for the season. He's kicked actually 25 for the season. Lackers, just talk us through this one.
Very gettable from this pocket, boys. So I reckon hit the right post, just outside the right post. Hopefully he's got the journey in him, but get a good look from this pocket.
Formerly known as the Chris Adams pocket. Could be the Tommy Mayo pocket if he kicks this. Oh, good mark taken there by Door last time. Defence gets to McWater, so the Tigers quick to move it out of defence. Tip the ball towards the wing area. Pat Gavers, Voigt, Shell. Ball comes down there. Kuiper grabs it, but he's going over
just
the boundary.
Go down to Dallas Rogers now, just for where people can tune in and listen today.
G'day, boys. We've had a few comments come through. We got one from Nick Rowenfeld saying, loving the special comments, Dad, tagging Daniel Lackenby.
Thank you, son.
One of our favourites, the picture show man, Nick.
He's a beautiful man.
We've also got a comment from Matt the Roadie, watching from Stirling, boys, having a hot chocolate with the fam for Father's Day. Great first quarter by Onkers. So
tell him,
if you want to send your comments through.
Tell him the area is back up.
We nearly left that behind at Blackwood yesterday. So, yeah, you can send your comments through at the Call of the Wild Facebook page, the Hills Football League Facebook page, or the Filming Footy YouTube. Back to you, boys.
Of course, we're on Lofty 88.9, radio with altitude. We are 5 minutes into the second term here. The umpire's just consulting as they do this. We'll just go back to Lackers again and get his thoughts of the first 5 minutes in the second term.
Yeah, it's still hotly contested. Ball's on the ground a lot more. We've seen it slippery now, so still a bit of drizzle, which blowing down to that bottom Brakunga end. It's going to be difficult here.
Boundary throw in. Voigt, that's a free kick. It's a bit silly, really. Straight to Adcock. Gave away a free kick outside 50. And it enables him to go to Greenslade unattended. Short pass in 5 and 50. A little bit too easy. Andy Vines will have a shot at goal. Will he? Or he's got some tall timber down there. Also some quick feet in Mayo.
Tough shot.
Dangerous forward line, this Dogs lineup. They've kicked 6 goals so far. It looks like Catfish is going to have a shot at goal. Of course, his former side, Kersbrook. I think he played in the premiership there. Into the grand final against Meadows next Saturday in the Country Division grand final. Vines, what's the kick like? Gives it everything he's got, right to the line. Adcock fisted through by Mitch Jenkin, minor score. We'll go to Dallas and Indy. Jaden and Indy. Sorry, it's got too many people here today. Go to Indy to my left.
Thank you, Goldie. Well, right now the inside 50 is 4-2 in this quarter, but mind you, Lobethal did escape with the first 2 centre clearances, so the wind did help them in the middle in that regard, but isn't stopping Onkas from locking the ball in on their own terms.
Jenkins, Pistols.
So kick out off hands a door. Ball comes down here. George Dent follows up, misses the target with the handball. Fanning involved. I think it's Matty Dean there at ground level.
And
held in there right in front of the
Jaden.
Ex-Daniel Luckenby Palace.
Cheers. Thanks, Goldie. So 10 kicks to 8 in favour of Onkas at the moment. So there's a stat for you.
So umpire Moss pitches the ball up. Tap down comes this Riley. Fend off from Lees. Gives the run up Jenkins. Bursting. Oh, bit of magic there from Timmy. Got around his opponent.
Carter.
And puts it down to Carter. So Timmy Jenkins, plenty of run through there by the tractor. Just changed course to get around an opponent and picked out Carter nicely, because Carter kicked the opening goal of the game for the Tigers at the 7-minute mark. So it's just a chance to bring his 50 up for the season, Benny Goldford. So kicking towards the Bukunga end of the ground.
Jaden, you got Jaden before as he had his shot. Anything more?
Yep, so the handballing count 5-2 and also 3 marks each at the moment. So it'd be interesting if Lobethal can convert here.
So Carter, this is a big kick. It's a goal. They're chipping away at this. 3 goals, 1 now to Tigers. Onka Valley, 6 goals, 4. So bridging it back now to under 4 goals to margin, Lackers.
Yeah, it's a bit clearer now, Goldie. So, again, it's nice and simple from here. We just want to move the ball quick. We want to get it in his long and strong, and good match up there for Carter. Really, really good work in the stoppage there. Nitschke out to Jenkins. Long to the one-on-one. So, really, really good kick inside forward 50, and well finished by the big fella.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
So back in the centre, umpire Dawes pitches the ball. Cooper Skinner having a run and ruck, but Shell wants it down. Here's Nitsky. Whistle is gone. Lee's remonstrating with the umpire, but Riley will get the result free kick.
Runners getting ready to come out for the Dogs. They're just sensing a bit of a shift here.
Here's Matty Dean. Oh, drops what he should have taken. The pressure from Bampton got it to Cipiana. Left foots it up towards the wing area. Coccione there. Good work there by Scroby.
Here we go.
Gets it back here. Good
Luke.
run there by Luke. Gets it up here. Chopped out there by Zach George Dent. So the Dogs coming on a bit more pressure their defence than they did in the opening term, that's for sure. So he'll come out towards the Dreammaker side, but it's Shell lumbers across, crashes to the ground. This allows Jenkins and the Mitch variety. Good tackle applied on him there by the racehorse and Gamma. Back on familiar territory here at Nairne, so Hayden Gamma will win the free kick.
Yes, very familiar ground. Harry Vine is just doing up his shoelaces. Meantime, Gamma kicks it up towards Adcock territory. Riley. Adcock tried to get it to Lee. Started the game with 2 goals. Mayo. Bit of pressure now. Here we go. Elliott to Timmy Jenkins. Loves this part of the game. Long, strong, inside 50. Carter almost took the mark. Bampton. No, Carter snaps it on his left for a goal. Brilliant work. Does his own crumbing. It's touched. Sorry, it's touched. Mick Taylor all over it.
So Tigers definitely lifting the intensity as George Dent with the kick out. Cipiana against Scroby. The chip bundled over the line, and the Academy boy will pitch the ball back in. But
Carter's just touched umpire Taylor there.
oh, well, Toby Green style. So we'll wait and see. So ball in, Shell comes down here to Cipiana. This is after a tackle there by Cooper Luke. So once again, umpire Dawes will come in and ball it up. So ball up, Skinner arrives. Shell got it down. Once again. Umpire Dawes.
Oh, no.
Umpire Dawes, he's done a fetlock, I think. Brucey hopping around there.
What happened there?
Looked like Lacker's one of your dance moves there. Lacker's the way he's hopping
He looked
around.
at Mick and Mick said, I'm not helping you,
Having a
mate.
bit of river dancing there.
Not sure what that was. Is that a loose shoe or is that an injury?
I thought he might have done Achilles or something. Well, he's actually
He's
swapping there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Bruiser Bruce has broken down.
Goodness gracious. Hope he's all right. Meantime, umpire Taylor's just gone into the mix now. Shoal won it down, though. Tigers applying a lot of pressure here. Riley dumps Joel to the ground. Umpire Taylor says that's all right.
just nursing the
Brucey
back of the hill
Dawes,
there.
okay,
Yeah.
that might... hopefully he's all right. He's in line for a grand final. Okay, free kick here for Scholl or Greenslade. It's going to go to Dan Scholl. Half back line at the 12-minute mark. Onka Valley 6-4, Lobethal 3-2, Greenslade. Looking for a player out here. It's going to be chopped off, Ellsworthy. Good work there by Lyons. That's good composure by the young man. Goes out towards the wing. Gamma, good pickup. Looking for a runner. Goes to Dean, Matty Dean, and that'll be a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Dean's without the sleeves here this afternoon, so a bit hard to pick him up. His normal attire. So, the Flaxen Head Academy boy. Good pitch in. Skinner, Scholl. Viney tries to crash his way through. Ball held to him. Umpire Taylor comes in and says, I'll have it, boys. So, ball up. Skinner gets the ball down. Quick kick for by Mayo. Coming to meet it was Mitch Jenkins. Rebounds off the noggin, actually.
Oh,
Stolen
nice.
by Coccione. Gets to the run here of Clarissa. Nurses the ball forward, but good chop out mark taken by Elliott. So, Elliott battling pretty hard in defence. Big job this afternoon. Puts it out wide. Strength in numbers out here for the Tigers. And a free kick paid. It's going to go to the quarters,
Cooper
is it?
Luke, he goes over the top, finds Nitschke. They're starting to take their game to another level now, the Tigers. Carter will take, no he won't, over the top, a bit laconic there. Stafford, over to Bampton, he'll kick his second. Tigers are up and about, they go to 4-2, Onka Valley 6-4, and it's game on, 14 points to the margin, Daniel Lackenby.
Yeah, starting to get their hands on the footy. Really smart play by Nitschke. Left the stoppage, went and found space when he saw the free kick, was found by himself, and in they go. Carter looking really dangerous on Fanning. I don't know if Onkers want to look at that matchup. Just doesn't seem to read the ball as well, coming in quickly. And then the ball gets on the ground and well crumbed, and Jackie Bampton kicks his second for the quarter.
So 4-2 plays 6-4. Lobethal all the scoring at this side. They've kicked 3-1 to 1 behind by Onkers. So as the conditions brighten, so do the prospects of the Tigers to get back on an even keel. Back in the centre, Cooper, Skinner and Shell. Shell palms it down nicely to Mayo, so it'll be another clearance here for the Dogs. Delivers it nice up to Coccione. It takes a pretty good contested mark in front of the Squid and Giorgio. Nurses the ball, Adcock territory. Bit of chop out mark taken there by Stafford.
A little bit of frustration on the Dogs interchange bench. Meantime, just checking an eye on the Tigers bench. Looks like Brady Dawes having a bit of a break. Voigt flicks it on to Bampton. He's lit it up to Skipper. Hacks it off the ground forward line. Riley, what can the Pig Dog do here? Oh, he's wrapped up in the tackle there. Bampton leading from the front to Skipper. Matty Fuller. Good work. He goes back to Bampton. Couldn't get the kick away. That's holding the ball or a throw. It's either way. It's a holding the ball. Dan Scholl, meantime, for the Dogs. They're under the pump here. We'll go to stats that matter very shortly.
Yeah, Matty Dean a bit of trouble here. Might have done an ankle.
That's not good. Phoenix Lyons takes the mark. So Lyons, back pocket. Matty Dean under pressure here. Looks like he's limping. Lyons goes up past Dean. Voigt. Free kick.
Yep.
Chop arms to the Tigers there.
Yeah, Shell with his hands to his head, couldn't believe. But anyway, ball with Voigt. Heads it back to the top of the square. Carter territory. Read the ball well. And just as Daniel Lackenby said, just outmanoeuvred Fanning there to take a pretty good mark in the end. He'll kick right from the teeth of goal at the Bukunga end. And I'll tell you what, this could add further momentum to the Tigers. 4-2 to 6-4 at the moment. So 14-point ball game at the moment. This will bring it back to just under a couple of goals. A pretty good effort when you think they trailed by 32 points at quarter time, Goldie. So Carter with the opportunity here.
Directly in front, we'll go to stats that matter after he kicks the goal. And he does, and they bring it back to within 8 points the margin. As Pistol said, it was out to 5 goals. Game on, 8 points the margin in the knockout semi-final. Jaden and Indy.
Yeah, massive turn of momentum in this game of recent. 9 inside 50s to 6 in this quarter in Lobethal's favour, not to mention 3 centre clearances to 1 in their favour. The win has certainly made a difference in the middle now that Lobethal are utilising it. Jaden?
Cheers, thanks, Indy. We actually should have seen this coming, really, this comeback from Lobethal, because the last 2 second quarters against Onkers, it's 23 and 42 they've scored. The kicking count at the moment is 22 to 21 in favour of Lobethal. Marks 8 to 6 in favour of Lobie as well.
So George Dent having a run and ruck for Onkers. Taps the ball forward. His chance for Luke. George Dent follows up. ricochets off Anitsky, leaves for handball to Cipriana, gets to Weber. This way, that way, comes back to Mayo under a bit of pressure for a clearance here. Finally, Lees goes long for the Dogs. Coming across, Carissa, who was so good last week. Haven't seen that much of him this afternoon so far. Mayo comes into assist, desperately trying to keep the ball in, and the Academy boys signals no real last touch in that effort. So ball in will result. So Tigers, 4 goals over 16 minutes, certainly charging back here.
They are. It's on the 50 here for the Dogs, who haven't added a goal in this quarter. Last goal for them was Adcock just before quarter time. Here's Cooper Skinner. Just gives himself a little bit of room with a sideways movement over the top of Carter and also Zachary Kuiper. And Kuiper wins the free kicks, keen to move it on quickly. Oh, cut out there. Good second effort. Under pressure. That's holding the ball. No, umpire Dawes says play on. Got the handball away. Held inside 50 here for the Tigers. Riley around the action.
I tell you what, similarly yesterday the game we saw Lacus, just the pressure that the Tigers are bringing now, similar to what Uradler did to Harndorf.
Absolutely, yep. High pressure. It's really impressive to watch. She's game on now, boys. A great game of footy.
So Cipriana swung around the tackle, ball held in there. So Tigers plenty to impress here, and they needed to, as I said, trailed by nearly 5 goals.
Cracking crowd in here.
Yeah, crowd, big crowd, got traditional rivals. Ball comes out here. George Dent knocked it forward, but intercepted here. Finally comes out here to Carissa. Cooper Luke gets it back here to Weber.
Nice.
Kick smothered, comes with Cooper Skinner. Big kick forward. Here's the danger man, and Carter got his hands to it.
Holding on.
Held on to by Kuiper. So might have been a bit fortunate there, but well, if you play in front, you get the advantage sometimes. But yeah, the Dogs desperately trying to clear it off the half-back area there, but the Tigers, just their pressure, created the turnover, and as he said, the ball ended up with Carter. So the chance for him, Benny, to kick consecutive goals, and actually he's 4th for the game. So certainly starting to have a impact, the leading goal kicker.
It was 6 goals, 3-1 at quarter time, and this is to bring it back to 2 points the margin. Carter directly in front, leading goal kicker this year in the Hills Football League. Should make no mistake, directly in front, straight over the umpire's hat, and the Tigers narrow the margin now to 2 points. First semi-final action. And we'll go back to Daniel Lackenby because it's been a change in momentum here with 5-goal quarter for the Tigers.
Yeah, and reflective of the conditions, you just probably want to see Onkas maybe just try and slow the game down a little bit, play that defensive side, just try and kill a little bit of clock, especially now we're approaching 19 minutes. So just control the footy. The change has been made down by Carter, so Kuiper on him. Poor old Blake Fanning dropped one in the middle of the ground by himself today. He's having a stinker, the big fella.
Hillsfooty.com, powered by HFL Media and Lofty. Radio with altitude.
So back in the middle. Zach George Dent now having a bit of a go in ruck against Henry Voigt. That would favour the Tigers. Weber, under pressure from Fuller, shrugs off his ex-teammate, goes to Vines. He in turn goes to Dean. Good to see he's okay. Coccioloni for the Dogs versus Mitch Jenkin. Good work there. Powell. He goes back to Pring. The Tigers on their left boot is Pring. He goes towards... well, Fanning was around the area, but it's held up there for the Dogs by Noah Bell. And it's just slightly favouring the Tigers' scoring end. And it's been their scoring end. And it's been the scoring end of the match so far with 11 of the 12 goals kicked towards the left of the dial or the screen.
And the smiling assassin there, Mickey Taylor, just picking a free out for holding there. So the free kick to be taken by Brady Dorr. Left foot nurses it forward. Fuller's the target, got his hands to it.
He handled that.
Dropping the ball perhaps there from Bell, but clearance comes here from Phoenix Lions, I think it is. For the Dogs, drives it forward. Pring over the top and taking the ball out of his hand. A very good contested mark against his teammates with Stafford.
Look at the hair.
Yeah, high kick. Pack grabber. Carter got his hands to it.
They've clicked now, the Tigers.
Yeah, comes out to Fanning. He's taken high.
There we go. There's that.
In the end,
Yep.
Door. The ball held to Weber. So as you said, that real
They've
Tiger.
found the mojo.
Yep, that grit that we've associated with them all year. So, umpire Dawes. Toss. Ball comes down here. Fuller trying to shrug his way clear. Got about 3 Dogs hanging off him. Making sure he goes nowhere.
Just a reminder, it was 6-1 at quarter time. Now it's 2 points the margin. The Dogs just holding on at the moment.
So, ball comes down here. Jeffries gives it back out here to George Dent up towards the wing area. Young Cowling out-bodied there by the bigger body in Voigt.
He's looking a little bit more mobile this week, Pistols, compared to last Saturday in the qualifying final. He goes long and strong, over the top, fisted forward. Under pressure is Kuiper. He did that brilliantly. Played interleague this year, and he finds Chipiana. So the Dogs haven't kicked a goal this quarter. Last goal kicker for them was Adcock. Greenslade, that's holding the ball. Umpire Dawes says that's a free kick to the Tigers. Timmy Jenkins, they're rolling.
Tried to go and argue, but...
they're rolling the Tigers. Carter's looking for it long. Has Jenkins got the legs here? He might be right on his limit. He's giving himself a good amount of purchase here. This would get him going. Gives it everything he's got. Goes right to the line. Door. Fisted through. 1 point in the margin.
Well, he gave his best crack, and I tell you what, another couple of centimetres that might have cleared that pack, but Dog's happy to fuss it through. So the ball comes out into Matty Dean. As Goldie said, good to see him recovered. Back to mobility. Puts it up towards the Gumtree wing in front of Greenmaker. Coming across was Cowling. One grab, two grab completes the mark. The youngster said a couple of goals last week. And the Dogs' impressive win over Blackwood, but they've got a real task ahead of them at the moment. So you lead by 1 point. Leading into nearly half-time here at this first semi-final. Carissa with the ball runs out over the boundary line. So good crowd in the house. It's a traditional rivals. The head-to-head count since 2010, 13-12 in favour of the Tigers. So another ring-ding-ding between the two traditional rivals here, Goldie.
Yeah, 23-minute mark. We've got a Jaden and Indy before half-time. In fact, we might as well go to him now. Jaden, Indy.
Yeah, the inside 50 count has changed drastically in this quarter. It's 14-6 in Lobethal's favour. I think that wind is about as significant as we stated it. And yeah, it feels like it's dropped off a bit. Jaden?
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Indy. So, yeah, 30 kicks to
hang
33.
on, Brady Dawes onto it. Here we go, the big man to put the Tigers in front for the first time in the match. He is back in form, no doubt about that. And so the Tigers, they hit the lead in the first semi-final with 6 unanswered goals. And we'll just continue on with Jaden and Indy before we go to Lackers. Jaden and Indy?
Cheers, thanks, Goldie. So 33 kicks to 31 now, but in favour of Onkers. The handballing count, though, is in favour of Lobethal. 16-15 in the marking count as well. 11-9. Pretty even in the tackles. 31-30 in favour of Onkers.
Lackers?
Yeah, looks like Lobie will go in front, go in half-time in front. That one goal that they kicked into the breeze, so that was really important.
So back in the centre, Voigt, Shell. Bit of a charge there, and Daniel Shell for contact there. Voigt shaking his head, but anyway, free kick's been paid to the Onkers big man. Drives straight up the ground, looking for the tall timber and Adcock. Works his way to the front, one hand to it.
Oh, he's
and
plucked
completes
it.
a mark, and the big man. Great work there. So Adcock, the chance to get the Dogs on the board as far as goals for this second turn. They've only raised the one behind. So they just need something to quell this, and they could actually get their nose in front. They trail by 5 points here. Be a difficult kick to win.
Breeze has slightly dropped off a bit.
Yeah, goes towards the pineless end. It's
Oh,
giving it a good oik.
That drop-off has just helped him.
Daniel
Huge.
Lackenby just loving that one.
Lackers, lovely kick.
He's been outstanding, the big fella, and that's why it's going to be tough today, because when you're playing as a key forward against the breeze, you're just going to have to compete in the air, and then you've got to try and get your lick of the ice cream when you're going the other way. But he's just been great in his contest aerially and done a good job on the ground as well.
So timely goal here, and it could be Onkers who go in with the lead at half-time, be it by
That was a good call, wasn't it?
Nostradamus. Lackenby, that's why we've got you on, mate. So 7-4 plays 7-3, 1 point margin, but what a 25 minutes ticked over, so there might be time for the Tigers to steal it back. So back in the centre, be Voigt, Shell. Voigt gets it down, here's Tractor. Jenkins, can he break free? Yes, he does. Although had to get the handball was Greenslade.
I'll tell you
This
what.
about could be tied up.
Matty Fuller.
Fire, the teeth of goal.
Shootout.
And just showing you the advantage of that long direct kick with the wind, Daniel Lackenby.
Yeah, that mark just gets up my nose because the umpire called pushing the back here early in the quarter. So that's just a coach in me. Sorry, boys.
So Matty Fuller, chance for his first goal of the afternoon. Has 13 for the season.
No drama.
But he's lucky with this one as he brings the 14th. So he'll be pretty happy. Lakers, the Tigers will go in front at half-time.
By that goal, they
See?
kicked into the breeze there.
That's
Pistols.
right, mate. That's right.
Probably the extra one they kicked with the breeze, I'd say, this quarter, boys.
Yeah,
So.
well, that's why you're an astute, well, were an astute coach.
Yeah, getting it wrong again. She's a ripper, isn't it, boys? So, and this is why we said we wanted to see at half-time once both sides had use of each end. And, you know, clearly it's easy to use the footy down the hill with the breeze, and both sides got to come up with a way to move the footy up the hill.
Back in the middle, good contingent over there. Pistols with the picnic rugs and everything out of the side. And in the meantime, Cooper Luke back in the lineup today. Green Slate. High ball, it's gone 15. Nitschke's got his eyes on it, takes a good mark with Steve Tanner setting upon him. So Nitschke half back line, looking for players upfield. He's got Pring on, nope, decides to go the other area. Goes half forward, further afield. Carter's the target, what will he do here? Nice work by young Lyons. Carter goes in there again. Will Cowling tried to shovel it out to the catfish Andy Vines. Chipiana, he set up immediately in a tackle. Umpire Taylor's just ready to blow the whistle here. Eventually he comes in.
Interesting what you said about the breeze here. There's been 13 goals kicked at the Brakunga end and at the Pineless Nairne end, 1 goal apiece in each term. So, yeah, just favourable breeze out there, that's for sure, towards Brakunga end. And, of course, the Tigers will be coming home with it, Daniel. So, yeah, the third quarter will be all important for them defensively. Meanwhile, Will Cowling with the ball, as he's got it in front of Lacker's Palace, puts it up the line. Oh,
Great
good
catch.
mark there taken out there for the Dogs.
Oh, they're racing back here.
Tommy Mayo, high kick. Big leap there by
Skinner.
Cooper Skinner.
Okay.
Very courageous effort because he went across the face of the pack. So, and that'll be all the action in the first half. An entertaining first half. Well, a half of halves, if I can say that, Lackers. Contrasting fortunes in each term. Onka's keeping the Tigers to 1 goal in the first term, and then the Tigers repeating the dose as they've added 7. So, half time, 8-3 place, 7-4. Tigers in front by 5 points. Daniel Lackenby.
Interesting, isn't it, when the tails are up and then Loby's pressure, particularly in the second half of that quarter, just raised and put Onkas under more pressure when they had the footy in at the contest. So, like you said, Pistols, it was pretty much a quarter each to try and get some damage on the scoreboard. And going into half-time, the discussion will be, particularly for Loby, how are we going to get some territory up into that breeze and how are we going to score, and then how are we going to stop them from making damage down the other end. You're probably going to have to play someone behind the footy, I'd say. Depends. You don't want to let it skip out too much. You don't want to have it probably more than 3 or 4 goals at the break, I'd say.
All right, we might go down to the 500-man Indy Rogers and Jaden J. Hill for the stats that matter at half-time.
Yeah, an incredibly surprising and impressive quarter from Lobethal after how dismal their start was. They went from 9 inside 50 entries in the first quarter to 16 in the second. On the flip side, you had Onka Valley going from 21 inside 50 entries to just 8 in that quarter, hence why they're now trailing. But the wind is very strong here at Qube Logistics Oval, and tell you what, it is very much blowing towards the hill end of the ground, making it very difficult for the team kicking against it, and it's made a difference in the centre clearances as well. 2-6 in the last quarter in Onka's favour, but in the second quarter it was 4-5, still in Onka's favour, but a much closer statistic there, as you can see. The hit-outs 14-13, Lobethal still getting plenty of first ball use at the stoppage, but their midfield was just a lot more ruthless, and around the ground they were tackling much more efficiently as well. So plenty of admiration for Lobethal's performance in that second turn. The problem is they're kicking against the wind again, Pistols. So what difference will that make to the momentum shift in this game? But for some more statistics that could support that, or maybe do the opposite, Jaden can take it from here.
Cheers. Thank you, Indy. So interesting thing is that Uncas had more kicks than Loby, 38-34 in the kicking count. Handballs 17 each. So tied up in that count. 12 marks each as well, and 38 tackles of 33 in favour of Uncas. So Loby surprisingly didn't win a count there, but the totals at the moment, 50 handballs each. So tied up in that count, 91-82 in the kicking, marking 32-28 in favour of Onkers, and also 86-75 in the tackles. Now, Loby's score of 44 was the highest second quarter score for the year. Before that, the highest was actually 43 against Onkers in round 12. So there's a stat for you, and also Onkers' score of 7 was their 4th lowest quarter score for the second quarter score for the year. So there's the stats there for you, Pistols and Goldie.
Hi, it's Chris Gowans here, SANFL Hall of Fame member, and you're listening to the Vibe of the Hills footy on HFL Media.
Hi, this is Daria Gavrilova, and when I'm not on court, I enjoy a serve of community sport here on HFL Media.
I tell you what, Lackers, I think Daria Gavrilova would be watching a lot of Hills footy action because she hasn't been doing too much on court lately.
Oh,
She's been injured, etc.
She's got Saturday, Sunday this weekend, so what else would you be doing, Pistols?
Well, exactly. And of course, our Ash is still going, Ash Barty.
Ash is going all right in the US Open.
US Open, yeah. I was watching actually a bit of it before I came down, actually.
Were you really?
It's good there, the night session as they have.
I saw Dill Alcott got his gold medal.
What a fantastic. I think he said that's it for his last Paralympics. I think he's won the gold there. And also as you'd notice, because you're a man of all sports, he's going for the Grand Slam in the wheelchair tennis. He's already won the Aussie Open, Wimbledon, and now the US Open because he goes straight from Japan to the US Open for the, so it could be a Grand Slam player.
Is the Joker trying to do the same thing at the moment as well at the US Open?
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he is.
I'm not a big Joker man.
No, I think he's upset a few people, but anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, as you speak, the conditions here, it's like 4 seasons in one day here at beautiful Nairne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the sun's out again, but they're there for a while. Particularly at the start of that term, a few of the troops made a beeline for shelter because, the wind, a little bit of rain.
Well, we were worried that Lobie would miss out and wouldn't get the best of the conditions because it did start that quarter pretty drizzly and ordinary, and the ball got slippery for the first half of that quarter, but they certainly cashed in. Clearly, they've made a change on Carter. Kuiper's gone there now.
Yep.
It's not really too much of a concern this quarter, but it will be in the next.
So 4 goals for the big man, Russell Carter. As you said, you identified a bit of a problem there with him. But all the other 2 big power, the power forwards have come into it. As you said, Carter. Also Adcock with, he's kicked 3. Leonard, his partner in crime, with only the 1. But he's just that dangerous option. You've got to make sure you don't let him out the back door, so to speak. But and of course Lee's first 2 goals of the game, he was on fire.
What would he be paying, Pistols? The first 2?
Well, I tell you what, amazing. But look, well poised here, and we've been a bit blessed, I suppose. Although last weekend a bit of a blowout when you look at it, the qualifying final, because Lobethal, Uradel were well in charge. But yesterday's game, a ring ding over there. I know it was low scoring, but it was an entertaining game, and I thought well umpired, and it was a good game of footy.
I enjoyed it, and if that was a round 10 game, you wouldn't be too chuffed to be sitting through it, would you? But I just enjoyed it because it was final, it was hard, and it was tough. And speaking to the Hahndorf coach Goldie, on the way out before, it was. It would have been a tough watch in the coach's box, that's for sure, because it would have been frustrating. But at the end of the day, they got the chocolates and they get the breather, and they can prepare themselves for whoever gets there.
Yeah, well, put your astute hat on here. That's why we get you for the big bucks, mate. Who wins this game?
Oh, here you go. I think now you can get a plan together at half time with your coaching staff and your players. Lobie, halfway through that first quarter, they started to all push back numbers wise, and there was more hands on deck, and they had some good old heads back there. They just got to try and nullify it, and like I said before, understand the ground. So you've got to be playing on that defensive side of the oval. If you want to attack, you come on this top side, but play defensive side of the ground, have stoppage.
So what's Lobie's ploy in this third term against the win? As I said, they had 6 goal 3 kicked against them in the first term. So do they go defensively and just keep the damage to a minimum? But as you said, they've got that very vital goal against the win.
Yeah, not overly, by putting huge numbers behind the ball and all that sort of thing, but just play smart. So control the footy as much as you possibly can. So have it in your hands as much as you possibly can. Play defensive side of the ground. So if you are going to turn it over, it's not easy for them to go inside 50 like it would be top side, and just make it as difficult as you possibly can. Take that pressure, raise that up a bit to match what Lobie was bringing the second half of that second quarter. And try and make it a bit of a I'm trying to come up with an appropriate term there, mate. A difficult, contested game, Pistols.
Well, you're trying to get the analytical side of things. Keep it simple, as they say, Lackers.
Yeah, I can't use too many big words, mate.
Well, entertaining day of football here. as we said in the reserves game, Blackwood got over the line 4-12 to 4-3, so a very low-scoring battle there. And as we said, half-time here at the moment, it's 8-3-51. Lobethal Tigers and the Dogs 7-4-46, so a 5-point ball game. Bearing in mind at quarter time, Dogs had got out to a 32-point lead, 6-3 to 1-1. So, yeah, how we like to have it on a Father's Day. And Lackers, you good self for Father's Day? Been well for you?
Yeah,
got sport,
had a
breakfast
good
in
morning.
bed or whatever.
Kids looked after me. Went out for breakfast, so yeah,
lovely.
that cost me $80, so that was good. And
did you get to eat anything?
I did. Got to eat the leftovers, so that was good. No, it was a really nice morning, and here we are today. And it's nice to come to the football on a Father's Day. Not nervous. I've had a few here, gone out straight sets on a Father's Day a few times, Pistols. So it's nice to come to the footy and relax.
Yeah, it's one of those great things, I suppose. All dads love sport, footy, obviously, and yeah, good crowd in the house here. It's good to see them back out under the shelter, back from under the shelter, because the conditions have improved as Lobethal gets set to come back on, and here come the Dogs as well. So, with about an hour of football left for one of these teams, of course, both grand finalists so the last 2 seasons actually. Lobethal last year, and of course in 2019 the Dogs making a breakthrough grand final appearance, previously under our great man Shane Collins back in about 2003, in fact against Mount Barger.
Yeah, the Mighty Roos, we got that one that year, which was good. Yeah, Onka's come really hard late, and Simon Noonan took about 8 marks on the goal line in the last quarter, so he saved the day, the big squiz.
All right, you're on the call with the Wild here at Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne. We'll be back with more shortly.
Driving a lemon? Turn that lemon into something sweet with a Police Credit Union car loan. With an amazing rate of 3.99% and comparison rate of 4.25%, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Visit Police Credit Union today.
Chris Gowans here, SANFL Hall of Fame member, and you're listening to the Vibe of the Hills footy on HFL Media.
Hi folks, it's Graham Corn speaking, and you're taking in the best of Adelaide Hills community footy right here on HFL Media.
Indeed, on the Call of the Wild special Sunday session, of course also Father's Day, so as we said, wish all the fathers out there hope you've had a great day. And of course, Call of the Wild once again coming to you through our great support of Police Credit Union, West End, Sportspower, Sherrin, the Courier newspaper, Think, Road Safety, and of course our media sponsors, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Filming Footy, and of course our season sponsors for the Call of the Wild, Chris Shaw Accounting, Kloses Supermarkets, and of course our good friends in the final series the last couple of weeks, Goldie Fitness Studios, and Solar Wholesalers. Turn yourself on. And Ever Ready, thank you for sponsoring the batteries.
Oh yes, no, all good. Hopefully Bruce Dawes is all right after that little ankle tap.
Maybe just tweaked it, Bruce.
Do you think he's giving Mick Taylor advice, or is Mick giving him advice?
Well,
maybe it's just a casual chat.
Yeah, casual chat about how's Father's Day going.
Lackers, would you think of taking up umpiring?
Absolutely not, Goldie.
Have you ever umpired before? Boundary or anything?
I umpire every Tuesday night.
Yeah, practice match at training.
Yeah. And my boys are jerks. I wouldn't want to umpire them either.
Good character reference there for the Nairne United Football Club, coming from the bloke who used to be in charge.
I love him.
If they hear that, that palace will be burnt down by the end of the day. So back in the centre, umpire Dawes, 5-point ball game. Tigers, nose in front. Cheryl. Luke had an airy. Nitsky with a handball back to Door. Was he held? No. Greenside finally gets the ball out to Cheryl, who gets the first kick of the second half. Trapped there by Coccione. Gets it on to Quasira. He goes to ground. So Jacob Carissa had a great game last week, boys, but certainly his impact, obviously they've done the homework, the Tigers. So throw up, Voigt gets it down, taken by Weber. Here's Carissa again, dispossessed. Cipriana taken away by Elliott, but he's held up in the tackle as the chip follows up. So once again, umpire Dawes will come in and bowl it up.
Yes, he will. Centre half forward area, Adcock versus Voigt. Dogs going with the breeze.
Oh, no.
Just on the breeze, Lackers, how's it looking? You said it was a 9-goal first quarter.
No real change, boys, and no real changes to the matchups either. Kicking into the breeze,
What's going on there? Lackers they haven't paid the power bill because they had to pay you, so they had to make costs in some areas, and obviously the power bill.
They had to pay me out.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Pring with it, gives it back to Elliott. Elliott nurses back along the wing area.
Downfield free
kick.
Put
down, was he? So, yeah.
We've got an umpire who's called that from 150 metres away. Anyway,
so
that's enough
meantime,
from me.
switch of play, Ellsworthy. Here we go, Mitch Jenkin off and running, kicks it towards the half-forward line. That's another downfield free kick. They're frustrated, the Dogs. Fuller, is he going to... No, you have to come back there. That's no advantage. So Matt Fuller, Tigers, 8-3. Onka Valley, 7-4. Just a reminder, the Dogs kicked 6 of the first 7 goals of the match. Skipped out to a very handy quarter-time lead of 6-3 to 1-1. And then the Tigers went bang, bang, bang in the second term, and they lead 8-3 to 7-4. It's in the forward line for the Tigers, looking for a free kick here. Umpire Taylor says, I'll have it. And coaching expert Daniel Lackenby.
Well, look at that. And the Nairne boys have got the old scoreboard next to the tree going there just to keep everyone informed while we fix up the electronic one.
Well, they got it all covered here. Now comes the Cooper Luke. Kick was smothered there by George Dent. Comes back out to George Dent. Ball close to the line. And a little bit of push and shove there, as Goldie said. A little bit of feeling coming into this game.
Lovely conditions. Boundary throw in. Yeah, how can I be the weatherman when I'm in here? Anyway, it's a kick from outside the defensive 50 for the Dogs, taken by Jenkin. So Mitch Jenkin on the interchange wing area. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Dorr wants it. Brings it to ground level. Bampton almost took the crumbs. Coming through was Mayo. He snaps it around the corner for the Dogs towards the wing, and there's those hands, those sure hand pistols. Mike Leonard takes the mark.
Yep. So Leonard, as I said, one of the best hands in Hills Football League. Puts it forward. Voigt on Adcock. Ball brought to ground. Here's Carissa. Carissa dispossessed, gets the ball back here to Tanner. Tanner set upon by a couple of Tigers. The ball still live as Nitsky tries to bustle his way clear, but in the end, umpire Moss will come in and bowl it up.
Scoreboard's back. Lackers has had the ability to bring good work.
Good work, Lackers. Still pulling the weight around here, that's for sure. It comes to Stafford, races away, gets a quick dinky kick up the line. Only as far as Weber. Opposition there to Fuller. Possibly 2 past Nord teammates there, I reckon.
Yeah, they had tea last night, all of them.
Yeah, that's right. The chili was going to go in the for the Lobethal guys as the ball's out of the ground. Because Joffa Jeffries was a special guest, Goldie, on the award-winning Huddle Sports Show. And this week might be something special, so tune in on Wednesday night. You never know who will be on there. As the ball comes down there, quick kick away there by Viney. Over the head there, Ricardo. He's the first to recover, though. Nearly toe poked it forward. Sandy's ground was Jeffries.
Ball soccer here.
Here's little Jack. Against the wind, puts it up here. There's a chance for the Pig Dog, and the boy from Illawarra got a little bit of a break there on Phoenix lines and takes the mark. So Aidan Riley.
Yeah, Shane Collins. Oh, hello. They wouldn't be happy with that. That's an easy kick over the top. I was just going to say Shane Collins and Dingo Tanner just got the board out there, trying to work things out as Ellsworthy has a shot at goal.
So the Magnets might have been slammed down after watching that. So Lockie Ellsworth, as I said, late start to the season with a shoulder injury. Could be taking a new ball for the
Oh, yeah.
Tigers in summer.
Against the breeze. This is worth double.
Daniel Lackenby, there's that goal against a win. So important.
Nah, really well done there. Disappointing from the Onkas boys just to let Ellsworthy slide in behind the man on the mark there. But I must say, boys, the scoreboard's great that it's up and going again, but the coach in me says, I want to know what that clock's doing. So that'll be frustrating for the bench.
Well, we can tell you at the 5-minute mark.
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes gone. They've stretched the lead here to 11 points. 9-3, 57 to 7-4, 46 here in the core of the Wild. And we might go down and stretch the stats. Jaden and Indy.
Yeah, already looking quite interesting early. It's 4 headouts to 5, but 3 inside 50s to 1, and that's in Lobethal's favour.
Greenslade snaps the ball towards Tim Jenkin. We'll go to Jaden shortly. So Tim Jenkin, short pass. Harry Viney, cousin playing in the preliminary final for Melbourne. He goes out towards the interchange bench area. Starting to dictate terms here are the Tigers. McWaters. He in turn goes to Giorgio.
Good. Starting to move the footy.
Patient
control
build
the
up. Got
footy,
Tim
clock.
Jenkin by himself in the middle. Goes to him. Opens up this wing. He's got Elliott running for him. He goes further afield. Oh, no, shorter. Chop out. Oh, Pagan's paddock style. Chipiana over the top to Leonard. He can stroll on and kick a goal. Will he?
No.
Oh, goodness.
No, he could have run to Brakunga almost and kicked that. So
Jaden. Jaden?
Sorry, Goldie. Yeah, so 15 kicks to 5 in favour of Lobie at the moment.
So the kick out to Jenkin made to earn that as Clarissa comes in late. And the tractor. Perhaps a bit of a turnover there when he went to assist his brother's stats and was intercepted, but the Dogs couldn't capitalise fully and only a behind. So across the other face, this time he finds his brother more efficiently. So Mitchie Jenkin deep in the other back pocket. The number 2 ground out there back there. Lovely facilities out here at Nairne Oval as he nurses up there. And Scroby got his hands to it. Yes, he's been paid the mark. So Scroby with the ball. What's on offer? A bit congested in front of him. Here's a breakaway now. Up the line. McWaters. Ball comes to ground. Oh, good second effort by McWaters. Bit of Timmy Watson style as he hurdled the opposition. Ball held up. Lackers.
Oh, I just think you can clearly see, boys, there's instructions from Matty Fuller here. Let's control the football. Let's find the short passes if we have to. Let's control the ball and not give it back to him with the breeze.
Adcock shovels it out to the Catfish. Andy Vine goes to Gamma, looking to that left boot, gets on it, kicks long into the dangerous zone. Leonard versus Giorgio, flicks on nicely here. Elliott, he just slams it on the boot, looking for Ellsworthy, takes a good mark against Chipiana and Phoenix Lions. Bit of frustration from the Dog supporters. Ellsworthy, he kicks, switches beautifully across the face of ground. Not the best. Well, it'll come off, though, because they've got 4 players there. Giorgio, he goes to Mitch Jenkin. Who's he got running for him? Confidently kicks it out towards Stafford. Looking for the boundary lines, taken by Jeffries for the Dogs. Slams it on the boot towards the half-forward line. Be a 1-on-2 contest. Giorgio brings it down the ground level against Jenkin. He gets it on to Voigt, the big man for the Tigers. High ball, holds up in the breeze, and it's taken there by Scholl against Brady Dorr.
Yeah, big reach for the sky action there, and Shell taking the mark, puts it down here to Greenslade. He couldn't control the top, Coccione, but in the meantime, looks like infringement to Greenslade.
Just starting to get a bit annoyed at the ground level, the Dogs.
Yeah, they sense a bit of urgency here. So Greenslade, what's on offer? Congested, just chips it forward, allowing the run in the space was Mayo. Bounces off, taken by Clarissa.
Sneaks it in. Sneaks it in.
Sneaked it in. So, well, that's the steady they needed, Daniel Lackenby.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just really enjoying the way Lobie are going about it. I know they had a turnover in the middle of the ground, but they're switching it out to the defensive side. They're trying to control the footy. It's exactly the way they need to play against the breeze. Onkas are going to score. They're going to score with the breeze, but the more they can deny them the footy, the more they can work it up the other end of the ground and hopefully get one themselves into it. the better they're going to be coming home.
So call the Wild Sunday session, first semi-final, Hills Football League action, 9-3 Tigers, 57 leading the Dogs, 8-5, 53, 4-point ball game. Vines working hard from that centre contest, ball held to him, so umpire Taylor will come in and board up. So Voigt, Door gets the ruck, tried to fill about kicking it but off the ground, but the ball comes back here. Still out here to Voigt, gets to the Pring a handball, intercepted nicely by Greenside. Shell gives it to Catfish, he'll be run down nicely by Viney, got the ball back to Shell, Dogs coming forward, Elliott running back with the fly to the ball, courageous stuff, Adcock trying to control the ball, but it goes out over the boundary line. So interesting period of the football game now. Third quarter, the premiership quarter. They're not playing for it, but in a couple of weeks they may well be, as the Dogs striving to make use of this breeze. Ball comes out here.
Webber,
a bit of magic round the corner. The Doc. That's just what the doctor ordered. And a great goal by Timmy Webber.
Lackers.
Just classy, wasn't it? So great take, great finish. Even with the breeze there, that's a difficult shot from that pocket. So really well done by the Dogs.
Jay Nindy.
Cheers, thanks, Pistols. So 20 kicks to 12 at the moment, 23 tackles to 22 though, both in favour of Lobethal. Last week, if you remember, Onka's got 28 handballs to 7 against Blackwood because they took the game on. See if they can do it at the moment. It's 10 handballs to 9 in favour of Onka's. Indy.
Yeah, it's interesting. So twice as many inside 50s in the quarter for Onkas now, 6-3. That win once again giving them a nice run on in the territory battle. 2 centre clearances to 1 as well to pair with it, and 8 hit-outs to 6. It's pretty tight at the stoppages, but once again, Onkas using that win to get it out on their terms. Not to mention, in this quarter, it's 3 free kicks to 1 in Lobethal's favour. That's just for this quarter, though.
So Greenside off the ground with the blood rule during that return of the ball to the centre. Taken away by Fuller for the Tigers. Drives it forward. Carter's the target. Mopping up nicely there was Kuiper. Nurses up here to the Catfish. Vines, great contest there by Fuller, leading the side by example. And good defensive spoil puts it out over the interchange area. So good crowd on the hill here. The grassy knoll. Throw in. Voigt double hands it down, well read by Vine. He flicks the ball back to Timmy Jenkins. High kick forward. Was he held on to Riley? No, in front door, perhaps sport by his teammate Carter coming through. Carter follows up at ground level. Ball spills out here. Trying to control it. This Phoenix line sweeps the handball back dangerously. Perhaps Jeffries, though, the reliable one, got it to Webber, the last goal kicker.
He kicks it long to the half-forward line. Leonard, one-on-one. Good take. In fact, that was Adcock. Adcock takes the mark. Holding on, kick inside 50, coming back here is Mayo, looking for the bounce. How will it go? Well, it just awkwardly goes for him there. McWater's coming in, Stafford goes to Giorgio, set upon, Leonard tries to flick it out to a teammate. Ball bobbles out, dangerous position, Cowling, looking for a teammate, finds one there in Adcock, and he's set upon in the tackle.
Daniel Lackenby, you reckon it's a hot footy there at the moment?
Oh, great pressure by the Dogs forwards there, really, really good pressure.
The Tigers answering the call, desperate almost in the goal square area to keep that ball out. The possession of the Dogs. So Ruckjewel run down here, trying to battle his way for Luke. He left it for a teammate there. He goes solidly to the ground. Good pressure applied by the Dogs. It was Nitsky. And once again, umpire Ben Moss will come in. There's a little bit of overcast action starting to happen again. Lackers will probably see you whipping it under the marquee, certainly.
Not yet, not yet.
It's umpire Moss here. What's going on? Perhaps a little bit of chat there between players. So just quiet it down, boys. Don't want to give away a stupid free kick, that's for sure. So Adcock over the top, got the ball down. Good tackle there by McWaters. Once again, the ball held it underneath. Viney over the top. And as you said, his cousin will be playing the preliminary final next week with Scott Creek's own Tommy Sparrow, of course. Hill's interest there.
14-minute mark. Lobethal 9-3, Onka Valley back in front, 9 goals, 5. 2 points the margin between these rivals. Of course, the winner goes into the preliminary final to play Uradler. And then the winner from that will go into the grand final against Harndorf. Both prelim and the grand final at Chunga Oval. Free kick from the stoppage going to the Tigers. Henry Voigt,
fistful of
big man, telling his players to push up. So Voigt, one-step bang, kicks it outside of defensive 50, out towards the half-back flank area. Door went up. Umpire Taylor's called for another free kick. It's gone the Tigers' way. They're keen to move it on quickly. They allow that to happen. Timmy Jenkins versus Joffa Jeffries. Jenkins keeps it in, looking for a dummy handball over the top. Eventually gets it to Riley. Bit of shoe Saturday night fever sort of stuff on the left boot towards the half-forward line. Could have been a free kick over the shoulder. Dogs interchange bench livid with that decision, and it'll go to Charlie Cowlin. Powell, sorry. No, he's the drink runner. Kick forward. Joffa Jeffries takes a relieving mark for the Dogs.
Aidan Riley there, a little bit like you, Lacus on dance for a bit of John Travolta work, but here's out to Chibiana, and he takes the mark. So half-back flank area to Chip with the ball. What can he do with it? Send the Dogs as they use the wind here. They hit the front by 2 points, 9-5, 9-3 here in the core of the Wild. Ring-a-ding-dinger on Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. Running through the centre is Webber, bit of a mung kick forward. Voigt getting back there, interesting handball. Russell Webber
stop. Of a volleyball spot.
Yeah, as McWaters nurses up the line, finds Fuller. Doesn't matter how you get rid of it, as long as you do, I suppose. Here's a chance for Riley, holds his ground well. Call played on to umpire Dawes, relieving the pressure there. The Dogs, big leap by Mitch Jenkins, off hands. Taken here by Mayo, he's met solidly there. As finally Greenslade back on the ground, nurses the ball out.
Chip goes over the top to Leonard. Oh! What a great mark. Great courage. Great courage by both players there. Right. He goes over the top towards Cocciolone. He'll stroll in and extend the Dogs' lead by 8 points. To 8 points, not by 8 points, by a goal. They're out to an 8-point lead. What a great mark. One-on-one contest there.
Great commitment by Elliott and
Leonard. Over the top to Cocciolone. He strolls in, so a little bit of a momentum shift again. Lacquers.
Unbelievable contest. Elliott the courage to leave his man and then try to make the spoil, and the big fella, those mitts are unbelievable. So he took it, handball out the back, which was ideal just to make sure of it. But hey, how are we going for the clock there, boys?
16 and a half minutes gone here. It's umpire.
Need a couple more, I reckon, Onkers.
Umpire Taylor enjoying the banter with the players down there. So Dorr slipped as he went for the ruck, but still got it down. Cricket pitch area. 2-0 team, it's coming there, and Webber and Dorr, ball like a pinball there, finally comes out to Voigt. The big man hacks it forward. Cooper Skinner in the pack, ball comes to ground. Riley tries to burst his way through Maribel Rodeo style. And ball eventually on the ground. So desperate stuff here, and why not? Good Sunday afternoon game of footy, 10-5 plays 9-3. 8-point margin in favour of the Dogs. They led by 32 points after their first use of the wind. I'd suggest that perhaps that's not going to happen this time, as we've played 17 and a half minutes in this third term.
Greenslade, he gets it out towards Jeffries, kicks it out towards Gamma versus Nitschke. Looking for a runner. He's found one in Carissa. He can run, has a bounce, kicks it forward. Who's down there? Well, there's a couple of Tigers flicked over by Elliott. It'll be Adcock versus Elliott towards the boundary line. Elliott quite happy to see it go out. But it's kept alive by the Dogs, and it's gone off a player there, Leonard, with the kick, and it'll be a boundary throw-in inside 50 here for the Dogs. In this quarter so far, they've kicked 3 goals, Carissa, Webber and Cocciolone, and Ellsworthy's kicked 1 for the Tigers, and we're ticking towards the 19-minute mark. Onka Valley, 10-5, Lobethal 9-3, 8-point margin.
There's a chance trying to run it as Mayo goes to ground. Once again, desperate position for Lobethal. Fed out there by Ellsworthy, ends with Nitsky, holds the handball nicely to get it back to Stafford, sells a bit of candy.
Look at the hair.
As he got round Gamma, nurses up the line here to cruel bounce there for Scroby. He's got 3 Dogs to beat. Dog pack grabbed there by Webber, this way, that way to Doc, gives it back to Lyons. Lyons' handball was cut off by McWaters. Following up once again is Scroby, that's a bit too high. Umpire Taylor actually says held without possession of the ball, so Matt Scroby to take the resultant free kick.
Yes, he's got Voigt on. He's also got Ellsworthy. One of those two versus Cowling. Voigt versus Cowling. Good work by Will. Could have been held on to, but it's gone out of bounds. And it'll be a boundary throw in about 65 metres out from the Dogs' goal.
So 19-minute mark here, Goldie.
Yeah, they've kicked 3 goals to this term, to 1 to the Tigers. Voigt flicked on. Handballs by Lees, who kicked the first 2 goals of the match. He gets it to Cowling. 1 step, bang!
Will Cowling. I tell you what, his mum, Sarah, she'll be up and about with that. The young man. Just said kicked a couple of valuable goals last week, but gee, they pale in comparison to that one at this stage of the game. So Will Cowling, super goal there. It just extends the Dogs' lead here. 11-5 to 9-3. Daniel Luggaby.
Yeah, outstanding work by the young fella. Opportunist goal. That being said, I think Lobie boys would be really happy with how things have gone this quarter. So we're just approaching time on in a couple of minutes. That being said, they'd want to lock things down and make sure that they don't concede another goal between now and three-quarter time.
Yep.
But they'll be really pleased thus far.
Back in the middle. Riley shrugs off Lees. Kicks it out towards teammates running for it here. Nice work by the chip. Keeps it alive cleverly along the boundary line. Umpire's ready to blow the whistle, eventually does. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Umpire Door saying, you're cool, throw it in.
Riley trying to milk the free kick, but...
boundary throw-in. Lees and Nitschke just having a bit of a word. Meantime, Fanning versus Voigt in the ruck. Voigt won it down beautifully to Luke. He flicks it out nicely to Ellsworthy. Kick inside 50. Good defensive spoil there for Dean versus Fuller. Fuller, the playing coach. Brilliant. Superb. Handball over the top to Bampton, the captain. What will he do here? Cleverly around the ball. Oh! Cooper Skinner. Not paid. Come on.
Come on, Mick. Easy paid him for... Oh, well, bit unlucky there, you have to say that.
Just, yeah, unconventional sort of stuff. Almost pulled off.
Centimetre perfect, though, by Mick, as he measured it. Here's Riley, just shrugs bullocks his way, gets a kick back here, camped under the ball as Zach Kuiper takes a mark, some 25 metre outs from goal. So Kuiper to relieve the pressure here. Tigers pushing for a late goal. We've played 21 and a half minutes, third term, as Greenslade taking the mark there. So Johnny Greenslade.
Breeze is still about that margin.
You can see the flags in the Sean Tate bar area, certainly.
Tigers coming home with the breeze. 14 points the margin. 22-minute mark, third term.
So Mayo, high kick.
Oh.
Webber spills it, wheels around and shoots a handball back to the racehorse.
on.
And Gamma gets across the greenside in the cricket pitch area, gives it back to Gamma on that favoured left foot, puts the nurses at forward over the back of lines.
Phoenix!
Fortuitously in his hands. He
Phoenix!
goes bang! And loves it. So the luck's of fortune there for Phoenix Lions. It doesn't matter, but they got the required result, a goal. Daniel Luggaby.
Yeah, outstanding. Great ball movement again. The quicker they move the ball, the more it just opens up in front of them, doesn't it? So keep moving the football quickly and try and get as many as we can before this siren goes.
The two young guns, Will Cowling and Phoenix Lions, kicking goals. Lions drifting down from defence there. Beautiful kick. Lovely set it up. And so the Dogs skip out back out to a 20-point lead. Tigers coming home with the breeze, though. They trailed by 5 goals at quarter time and got it back and then hit the lead. So, meantime, Dorr won it down. Lees gets it out to the chip. He gets to the Vines for the Dogs. Cricket pitch area now inside 50. Attacking the ball there was Giorgio, which leaved his player over the top in Adcock. Stafford managed to get it out to Giorgio. Greenslade, that's holding the ball. The umpire's on the wrong side for that one. Vines. Players going still out. Here's Webber looking for some support. Goes with a little cute one around the corner looking for the catfish. She's gone out of bounds. That'll be last touch.
Yeah, the umpire blindsided literally there. Good call, but unfortunately, as I said, he wasn't able to adjudicate. So Lockie Ellsworthy will bring the ball back in, half-back flank area. 23 and a half minutes gone, third term here. Dogs 12-5, 77. Tigers 9-3-5, 57. As I said, grand finalists the past couple of years, these two sides. One of them will be the Mothball Shop at the end of this afternoon. Big Brady Dorr, of course, past Nord Premiership player, puts it to McWaters. In turn, nurses across to the skipper and Jackie Bent, the edge of the cricket pitch.
Pring.
He's got Pring out here. The blonde bombshell, Billy Idle lookalike, gets the ball, nurses it forward. This next passage of play will be important. Scroby puts up a bit of a high handball for little Jack. They're all high for Jack. Anyway, puts it high. Lumbering out there, Fanning. Be the first to get there.
Oh.
As he gets support there from
Kuiper.
Kuiper high kick out there, but it's all the Tigers getting his hand. Here's Nitschke. He's got support if he needs him. He does. He goes
That's
to
holding
Stafford.
the nut.
And
Holding
yes,
the pill.
and perhaps a waste opportunity there for the Tigers. So Phoenix Lions, no, it's coming back here to Andy Vines. The catfish will take the result.
Yep.
The free kick.
Right near the Dog supporters. Happy with that decision. Umpire Taylor. Vines. He's got Greenslade, but he opts to go down the wing past the Tigers interchange bench. 2 Tigers went up. Ball hits the deck. Here's Ellsworthy. He looks for a runner. He finds McWaters on the left boot over the top of the intended target. Chopped out there by Young Lions. Kick to goal. Last goal of the match. Out towards Greenslade. 1-on-1. Riley versus Greenslade. Ex-premiership teammates. Tanner. He can go over the top here on his left. He does. It's just going to favour Jenkin. Leonard versus him. Corralling him tight on the boundary line. Will be a boundary throw-in, or will it be last touch?
So 25 minutes ticked over here, Benny. As the Academy boy and umpire Moss confer. Yes, last touch. Well called, Benny. Very astute, as usual. So, Mitchie Jenkin. So, this would be important clearance. As I said, they wouldn't want to leak another one. Just in the shades of 3/4 time. High kick. Pat Gavers in front's door. Got his hands shot. 1 grab, 2 grab. As he goes again. Didn't hold it. Umpire Moss said no. It was touched. Well, interesting. But anyway, the result for Onka is they've held the ball inside their forward 50-metre. Door just questioning that. How could a man so small get his hands to it? But anyway, Door flicks it cleverly over the back to his fellow ruckman in Voigt. Gets a handball, miss errant. Here's the little Jack. The chap rides him down. And the ball held in there. So 25, nearly 26 minutes ticked over here, boys. So as I said...
The breeze has completely dropped now.
Yep, so they'll be keen. Yeah, the flag's rather limp as the ball comes out here. Jeffrey's over the top there of Riley. As usually the boy from Illawarra on the bottom of the pack.
Was a 9-goal first quarter according to Lackers. Breeze has died right off now.
So ball comes down. And there it is. 3/4 time has arrived. And the game's still poised. A 20-point margin. It's the Dogs. 12-5 leading Lobie. 9-3. But still plenty of football left in this game here. That's for sure. On the call of the Wild.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
Hillsfooty.com, powered by HFL Media and Lofty, radio with altitude.
Yeah, indeed, on the call of the Wild, 3/4 time has arrived in this first semi-final Hills Football League Division 1. Coming here from Qube Logistics Oval, and once again 4 seasons in one day, like we're in Melbourne here, Goldie, as the sun has actually come out again. So we've had it all today, sleet, sun, cloud, everything. But I tell you, one thing you can count on is the stats that matter, and here he is, Indy 500.
Thank you, Pistols. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple nasty hand blisters out there because it's been such a cold day and such a hot ball to get throughout the duress of this match. In that third quarter, we saw the hitouts 18-14 in Lobethal's favour, once again securing a nice stoppage advantage in that area. But the inside 50s, 10-15 in Onka's favour, once again with the favoured direction of the wind towards the hill end of the ground. And it certainly helped them a lot to get some scoring momentum late in that quarter. They've gone from a deficit at half-time to a 20-point lead at 3/4 time, and centre clearances 4-3 in Lobethal's favour as well. So they actually improved one area of their game in that quarter. They won the centre clearances for the first quarter in this match so far after losing in both terms in the first half. I suppose what I find interesting personally is how Lobethal are going to utilise the win to their advantage now, because it is a 3-4 goal win, as we can see, and it's 4 goals to win this match right now from a Lobethal perspective. It'll absolutely be a challenge though, and the sun is setting. It's only going to get colder, but the ball's going to stay just as hot. Jaden, over to you.
Cheers, thank you, Indy. So I'll just go through the kicking, handballing stats at the moment. So 40 kicks to Lobethal, 39 for Onkas. Handballs, 26-25 in favour of Onkas. So again, they got over the 20 mark in the handballs. Marking count, 14-12 in favour of Lobethal, and also tackles. Onkas pressure was elite. Like the first quarter, they got 51 tackles this quarter to 42. So elite pressure from Onkas, and their score of 31 in that third quarter was their highest third quarter score for the year. And also Lobie's score of 6, unfortunately, was their second lowest third quarter score for the year. Onkas averaged about 30 in the last quarter at this ground, Pistols, like we saw against Nairne. So it'll be very interesting to see how Onkas go and see if they can protect this win well and see how they go.
Thank you very much there, boys. 3/4 time, said 20-point margin. So here's the man, the coach's hat, Daniel Lackenby. What's the plan here for the last quarter for either side?
Well, I tell you what, boys, Indy's got blisters. I've got shrinkage. It's that cold out here at the moment. I tell you, it is absolutely shocking. But at least the sun shines out here. So, look, I reckon.
Is that why you're referring to about the flags being a bit limp there?
The flags,
something else.
Yeah. So I tell you what, Pistols, I don't have much to work with, and it's shocking out here, mate. So, hey, the breeze is still a factor. So 20 points difference. I think 4 goals is doable for Lobie to get home here, but. Onkas has seen enough now. They're not going to play this last quarter as they did with the second. They're going to control the footy a lot more comfortably. They're going to play defensive side of the ground like Lobie showed them there that quarter 2. And hopefully they can score into the breeze. Lobie will be wanting to move the footy as quickly as they possibly can, move it fast, move it long and strong, get territory and score as many as they can and get the job done.
I'll tell you what, we might go down and see any messages coming through. Come down to the, Jaden Hill was the angelic voice. This guy's got him covered, I think. Dallas Rogers.
Oh, you're flattering me, Pistols. Yeah, we've had a few messages come through for Lackers, actually. You got your fan club in the comments today. So
this will be a worry.
Jamison Lynn says, miss you, Lackers.
Oh, he's a good lad, Jamo. He's off with the Defence Force at the moment.
We got Chris Bill Lackenby saying, enjoying the commentary from Daniel and the boys from Brisbane.
There you go. That's the folks up with the sister in Queensland. That's
fantastic.
Nice. Yep. So we also got Rob Pratt saying, "Bring it home, doggies."
Okay.
That's all from me.
Can they?
Thank you very much there to Dallas. So we're underway. 20-point margin, 3/4 time. First semi-final in favour of Onkas. Ball comes down as we said off air, Goldie. First goal will be very important here, particularly for the Tigers. Ball held in there from the first ruck contest. So umpire Taylor recommences play. Dorr tries to flick over the back. Shell double hit, gets it clear. First to get there be Scobie, the youngster. Sweeps the handball out to McWaters. He's got a bit of space. Gumtree wing, puts it forward. Getting back there, Zach George Dent. Read the ball well, plus probably had a height advantage over Jack Bampton. So he puts the ball back to centre. Here's the Catfish, made a lot of ground to take a good diving mark. Cricket pitch area. Qube Logistics Oval here in Nairne. So sun out for this final term. Father's Day special. Vine sets the ball up forward. Defensive spoil. First to get there be Viney. Sweeps the ball out the back to Mitchie Jenkins. He's got time to steady. Goes out wide looking for Cooper Skinner. But Noah Bell gets back and takes a good intercept mark.
He does. He's got... Oh, turn myself on again. Here we go. Joffa. Meantime...
So, ball spills out here. Comes back here to McWaters. McWaters around the corner.
Oh.
Jeffries bouncing ball. Here's Fuller, grabs it. Oh, quick hands out to little Jack. He's off to Brakunga. Can he get what they need? And there it is. First goal of the quarter. My apologies there, Goldie.
That's all right. Yeah, good goal. Jackers.
Yeah, really well played by Jackie Bampton. Again, George Dent's gone to him. The matchup of this quarter that we're going to keep an eye on here, though, Dingo's trusted young Kuiper to go with Carter. But as we say that, at the moment, looks like George Dent's going to go over to him. No, Kuiper's going to stay with him. So, big matchup in this last term.
Back in the middle. Margin now 14 points. Dogs 12-5. Tigers 10-3. Coming home with a slight breeze now. That could pick up at any stage. Weber kicks it towards the half-forward line. Carissa, full pelt. Mayo, he's wrapped up in the tackle by Jenkin. Dogs holding the ball. Oh, no, hang on. Anyway. Meantime, half ball, half-forward line. Voigt. Weber. Oh, beautifully done. Out to Mayo. Flicked on. Cowling's lurking for a hand from Carissa. Ooh. Oh, shoveling forward with the neck and shoulders and everything there with Giorgio. And it's held up inside 50 for the Dogs.
Interesting. Can you take a bloke around the head, even if it's accidental? But anyway, umpire Door's in the right spot. Ball comes down here. Once again, busting the ball forward. Mayo trying to shrug himself clear.
Pin there.
Yeah, he's got a couple of Tigers hanging off him. One being Mitchie Jenkins. So once again, still dangerous territory here to goal here. Just put the Tigers on the back foot after they got the opening goal of this final turn. Ball comes down here. Comes out here to Viney. This way, that way. Gets an awkward high kick away. Nitsky fists it forward. First to get there be George Dent. Gets it back to Jeffries. Oh, his line's unmarked.
Oh, look at that.
Shrugs off an opponent in Cooper Skinner, then nurses the ball forward to the lead. Coccione. And that's a pretty good play by two of the youngsters, the Bulldogs. So,
hey, Lackers, Lackers, up in your coach's box, normally do you have heaters and everything like that?
There's no heaters, mate, but I guarantee you it is warmer than where it is now. I tell you. You might have to turn me off, boys. You hear my teeth chattering.
So, Coccione.
This is the ground that Indy was a bit cold at, wasn't he, as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These boys are set. I'm a windbreak for them. They're all right.
We've adjusted. Meantime, Coccione to answer Bampton's early one. Right to the line minus score. So it's 15 points the margin. 3 minutes gone in the final term of the knockout semi-final. Winner goes into the preliminary final to play Uradler. And of course the winner of that then goes to play Harndorf in the GF. And the loser is out. Kick out for the Tigers. Carter brings it down to ground level. Ellsworthy versus Mayo. Mayo coming through, shovels it towards the half-forward line. Kicked, scrubbed by Mayo. Vines tries to flick it on. Eventually it's shoveled out Tunnelboy style, looking for Cowling. Cowling off his head. Meantime, here's a chance for Stafford. Flicked over the top. Dangerous position. Umpires just lets it go here. Eventually Nitschke, comedy of errors. Flicked on Stafford. He goes back to Vines. Viney, I should say. Gee whiz. Eventually we've got a decision and it's holding the ball.
Yeah,
great forward line pressure from the Dogs.
Yeah, the chip racking up Elliott there. So, Cipiana. Opportunity here. 4 goals for the season. I think the Breeze might be a little bit to take his best kick as he kicked from about 48 metres towards the pineless end of the ground.
Well, they'll get around him if... Oh, he's...
So he'll go to the top of the
up.
square.
Cowling.
One grab, 2 grab the youngster. Umpire Dawes right in the spot says, yes, young man, I'll pay that one. So, Will Cowling said kicked 2 vital goals last week. We've seen him kick 1 miracle one in the previous term. And now the chance to just make that task a little bit harder. So, Cowling, exciting prospect, that's for sure. As I said, his mum, Sarah, she'll be very happy.
Right behind it, directly in front. Ooh. No good. Left-hand side. 16 points the margin. Onkers go to 12-7. Lobethal 10 goals 3. So a margin of 16 points in the knockout semi-final. 5 minutes gone in the final term. Sunny conditions on the oval. A little bit frosty up here though. If we're going to be honest. Conditions can be, Anyway. Chip. Free kick for the Chip against Brady Dorr. So the Chip.
Bit of height difference there, Goldie.
He chipped it forward before and found Cowling. What will he do here? He goes towards Cowling again. And he almost takes it again. Meantime, Nitschke, here we go. Here's that Tigers run, Pistols, and Cooper Luke has a bounce.
Yeah, as a bounce takes them on. There's plenty of confidence there. Puts it forward. Here's the target. Is Carter.
Okay, here we go.
It's a big, strong mark.
They're
key
streaking forward.
So, weighted numbers though at the moment. Tigers outnumbered. As the ball goes long towards the goal, here's Fuller. Yes, experience against Dean. Through for a minor score, but appealing for a free kick. But you can see outnumbered there was the Tiger coach. So through for a minor score. So bring the ball back in.
Joffa, I think.
There's Joffa indeed, the skipper.
Kicks it out towards us and the Dreammaker. Scholl, 1-on-1. Voigt keeps it alive. On the boundary line is Gamma. Oh, he shoveled that one in. And it's going to be a holding up by Mick Taylor. 55 metres out from goal. 6 minutes gone in the final term. 15 points the margin. Rux will go at it. Voigt looking for a player here. He finds Riley. Oh, nice work. Bit of Saturday night fever again. Snaps it forward. Dangerous position. Trying to take the chest mark there was Kuiper. Left forward pocket area for the Tigers. They need a goal out of this one.
That's the footwork by Riley there. Lackers looked like he was back in the nightclubs at Wollongong back in the day.
Getting it done. I liked it.
So umpire Moss. Ball up. Dorr. Flicks it over the back. Just missed Fuller running through. Ball held in there. Dorr at ground level. So once again, he'll probably climb up and take the ruck duel here. So the Tigers pushing. Need a goal from this forward entry, that's for sure. So Dorr. Over the top with Shell, gets the ball down. Here's Riley trying to
dog.
bust his way through.
Oh,
And
Bandon!
this little Jackie.
Oh.
That's his second of the term. In fact, they've only kicked the 2, and the skipper leading by example here.
Extracting that one.
So, 6.5 minutes gone. They just creep that little bit further. 11-4 to 12-7. So 9-point ball game here on the core of the Wild. Daniel Lackenby, and looks like the wind is sort of increasing a little bit more. Lackers?
Yeah, we're in for a ripping finish. How many's Jackie Bampton got now? He's definitely got over 3, hasn't he? Has he got more than 3?
It's 4 he's got.
4 he's
correct.
got. Yeah, he's been
Very astute.
outstanding. So, yeah, it looks like. See, Fuller originally had Carter pushed up for the centre bounce, and then he was exposed in the goal square by himself. But they've just swapped that now.
Yep. Back in the middle. So, 9 points the margin. That's the scoring end the Tigers are coming home with. Has been all day. We'll just tally up how many goals that have been kicked towards that end of the ground. Pistols. 18 of the goals have been kicked to the left of the screen or left of the dial. And that's the end the Tigers are coming home with. And they've got it back to 9 points now. Half forward line. Here's the pig dog. Aidan Riley. Chip. Riley managed to get a kick away. And Bruce Dawes coming in saying, I'll have it. Inside 50 here for the Tigers. They can set up. Carter's deep in the goal square. Dawes will go in the ruck. Scholl was blocked out of it. Lees kicked the first 2 goals of the match. Here's Jeffries. Get a kicks away into the middle of the ground. Dogs just need a goal just to settle it down here. Voigt goes to Giorgio and he finds Nitschke. No, he doesn't. Nitschke dropped that one. Opens up for Phoenix Lions to Andy Vines.
Oh, good
And
tackle
umpire
applied
says,
there
"I'll
by
have it."
Stafford. Yeah, right in the centre circle of the ground. So, 8.5 minutes gone. We're getting halfway through this final term, halfway in the middle of the ground at the moment. The ball comes down here. Well done by Carissa. Will it sit for him? Yes, cleverly taps it to his advantage. Then with the left puts it out wide. Oh, cruel bounce here. First to get there will be Elliott. He gets support from McWaters. A very good shepherd there. Sent the dog boy flying. I think it was Coccione. So once again, we will have a ball in from the academy boy right in front of, let's see, who's looking, Shane Collins, our regular
He's standing
commentary
up.
man. Yes, Shane. Yes, probably to keep warm. We know he's
Dingo and the assistant are sitting down. Shane standing up.
We know he's a bit susceptible to cold. A bit like our man Indy Rogers there.
How we doing, Indy?
We doing all right, Indy? Bad pack. So, ball up, comes down here, lurking around the corner. I think it was Mayo, bouncing ball. Here's a chance for excitement machine.
Oh,
Cowan gets to the ball.
lovely.
Finds us off. To Little Hampton as he kicks a goal, and I tell you, a very important goal there. And once again, young Will Cowling standing up when it counted, Lakers.
Yeah, really good contest by the young fella. Like, the Onkas had to score a goal this quarter to win. So what are we now? Back to 15 points, 11.5 minutes in. So really good finish coming up here, lads.
Very important, those goals against the win, Lakers. A wise ex-coach once told me that.
Well, they had to score one. I mean, Lobie.
Well,
Lobie
I don't know if he was a wise ex-coach.
Got the X bit right.
Back in the middle, umpire Taylor, enjoying the chat all day, will throw it up. Dorr and Scholl. Dorr. Timmy Jenkin looking to pick it up under pressure from Greenslade. Oh, nice. Viney. He'll go bang from 55 metres. Carter takes a chest mark. He was contemplating have a little bit of a go around the corner.
That's a step count.
He'll have to do a bit of a Stevie J here from the pocket. He'll come on a slide angle and curl this one through. He's got Cooper Luke short. He's going to have a shot. Puts the mouth guard into the left sock, comes around and kicks the goal.
Fifth for the day. He's done his work, Lakers.
He's been outstanding, Henny, and it's been really difficult for Onkas to find that matchup. So I don't know what the boys would obviously be having a conversation, what they do about it, who it could be. But, I mean, do you put Joffa on him just to win the game if you know that's where the ball's going from Lobie? So, yeah, he's been outstanding.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
Hi, this is umpire Pete Humphreys, and the best decision you can make is to listen to HFL Media.
Indeed, back in the centre of the ground, umpire Mick Taylor, who also makes good decisions. About to set play underway. So, game on here.
Well, he's thrown up from the other side of the circle.
Yes, these two sides striving to stay in the hunt for the 2021 Premiership. High kick from Johnny Greenslade. Cavalry arrive. Ball comes again. Here's Cowling again. Grabs it. He's locked up this time by Nitsky. Yes. Play on is the call. McWaters takes advantage of it. Puts it down here. Kept on George Dent over the top. Here's a dangerous bet to go a bit of a don't argue. Little Jack follows up at ground level. Ball spills out here. Oh, umpire Taylor said illegal disposal. DJ Lees takes the clearance.
Off he does. Yes. 1-on-1. Gamma versus Ellsworthy. Mick Taylor got some big decisions to make over the next 15 minutes. The umpires, it's 9 points the margin. Dogs 13-7, Lobethal 12-4. Your Adler players watching on from the outer side, awaiting the winner. And for the loser, it's Mothballs. Harndorf also here. Matty Golding just around from us. Got a Jaden and Indy from stats that matter.
Cheers, thanks Goldie. So 18 kicks to 17 in favour of Lobie. Handballs 11-8 also in favour of Lobie.
Oh, here we go. Nitschke looking to flick it on. It's under pressure out towards the boundary line. Sorry, Jaden, continue on.
And also the tackle count is 21 each, so definitely high pressure at the moment.
Go to Indy shortly.
So the academy boy, excuse me, high pitch. Shell in front. Ball comes down. Here's Lees. Will be first get there. Clever handball at the back to Jeffries. Jeffries to Greenslade. Comes back to the chip. Under pressure, he tries to mung one up there. Did that go the required distance? Yes. So Hayden Gamma to wing.
Cowling's on here.
Possession. So Gamma on that left foot will go long towards Cowling territory. Adcock at the back. Run was blocked. Ball comes out. Nitsky once again showing plenty of courage. No doubt he has throughout his career. Oh! Bit of a
Weber
shot.
versus
the dog, the peg dog. Perhaps some of his own medicine there. But Aidan Riley winning the free kick. So Riley.
Wow.
Got a couple loose out here. Centre to ground. The coach eludes him. Here's Carissa. Gets the ball, feeds out to Kochloni. Gives it back to Carissa in the 1-2. Oh, he coughs it up. Here's a chance for the Squid. Tried to tap it back to advantage. First to get there is Greenslade. Gets it back here to Kuiper. High kick. Cavalry arrives. A good
Stafford.
Defensive markdown by Stafford.
Great flowing locks. He'll kick it to centre half back. Cowling. Oh, someone's done a cramp. That's Riley. Cowling, he's got an open forward line to work with, goes low towards Adcock, almost picked it up. Elliott set upon, nice work, finds Voigt. He's got Mitch Jenkin. He switches play out towards the Dogs interchange bench. Giorgio takes it, he's off and running.
So, the Squid marches down the wing here, sets sail down towards Carter. He's got his hairs to it, mopped up here by Kuiper. Nurses across to the pitch area, finds Greenslade, and he just takes his time to steady things down.
15-minute mark, 9 points the margin. Plenty of time, actually.
Yep.
Indy, stats that matter as the Dogs just take some time here.
Yeah, just very quickly, 5 inside 50s to 10 in favour of Onkers, but 14 hit-outs to 5 in favour of Lobethal, so they're not getting a lot of stoppage reward for their effort, Lobethal.
So Tommy Mayo, high kick forward. He'll be looking for the tall timber.
Or chip.
Adcock, the chip, we won't count him in that. As it comes out here, bouncing Paul Jenkin with his head over the ground. He's locked up in a tackle by the chip. He's more suited at ground level. So desperate football here, as Goldie said. Perhaps in the last 5-10 minutes of the season, one of these clubs. Ball comes out here, Nitsky. Once again, Chipiana getting involved.
Here we go, McWaters.
McWaters, great stuff there as he puts it down towards Carter.
No one in the forward half of the ground. Just go
level.
bang, there we go.
That's
nice work.
Let's sit here for Fuller.
Here we go.
Taps it forward, he's on his left. He's a good finisher, we know.
Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Bob.
Game on here.
Bampton just squeezing out a kick there, Lackers. Opened up the forward line and Fuller finishing.
Great contest by Carter too. So I think it was a 3-on-2 then. Bampton got it out the back and Fuller off he went. So really good finish in the end because he was stumbling as he was picking that up and there was about to get grabbed. So classy finish and the coach enjoyed it too, didn't he? So I don't know, boys. With those stats there, Onkers obviously had more inside 50s. They can smell it, the Dogs. It's just so difficult to score up that top end.
So you got a ring-a-ding-ding first semi-final here on the Core of the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our worldwide stream. 3-point ball game, 13-4 the Tigers, the Dogs 13-7. The Dogs desperate to hang on here. As Lobethal kicking with the aid of this wind. It's tough in the trenches here, as you can probably see. Scramble to hold that ball in the centre circle. So once again, umpire Moss will come in. So we've played just on 17 minutes here, Goldie. Anyone's game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice toe poke. I reckon that came from Greenslade. He got it to Lees. Anyway forward. The chip was the target. Giorgio with a big fist. Scholes just got to pick it up. Opens it up now for Cooper Luke on his left boot. Matty Dean backing back. Good mark, chest mark, half-back flank. He's got players on over the side there, and one of them's Phoenix Lions, and he takes the mark.
So Lions nurses it forward towards the Lackenby Palace, but he's picked out the squid. Giorgio, plenty of experience, who takes the intercept mark. So Alex Giorgio, past Nord, Best and Ferris, spent a season with the Melbourne Football Club.
Yep.
So high kick.
Viney.
Looming out is Viney. So Viney.
Who's down there?
So
Carter's
they
in the
side
box
Carter.
seat.
He'll be the big long toe
Carter's
they'll go
long.
for it. So he goes.
Carter.
Target is. Sets himself. Goes George Dent.
Carter.
Back, over the back. Off hands from Kuiper. And Carter, number 6. And number 14 for the Tigers. They've hit the lead 14-4 to 13-7. Lackers.
He's a difference, isn't he? It's just been so difficult to find a match-up for him. Even the two boys there did a great job, but out the back he gets it. The beauty of this is now that Onkas understand they have to score to win, so they need to move the footy, they need to move it forward quickly, and hopefully they can get themselves a goal.
So 5-1 in this final term.
Yep. That breeze not doing much, but it's certainly been the scoring end.
I said the flags, it's at ebbs and flows. They're pretty, like Lackers, probably feeling a little bit limp at the moment, so back in the centre. Great tap down from Dorr, found Riley, gets it forward towards Jenkins, can control the ball, coming to meet it is Bell. He's wrapped up by Jenkins.
I'm not feeling anything at the moment, boys, to be honest with you. I'm numb.
So a bit of numb below the neck. So ball comes down here, Riley. Shoots out a handball to Jenkins under pressure from Webber, so high kick forward. Here's that man, Carter. Oh, what a great, I tell you, talk about Leonard's hands. This man's taken some very sticky fingered marks this afternoon under pressure. So Carter, chance for number 6, I think here, Goldie.
23 goals have been kicked to this end of the ground.
He started behind George Dent there. He's read that well, boys. He just got there.
So he kicked the only goal for the Tigers in the first term, and then he's followed up and said he's going to line up here for number 6.
23 of the 27 towards this end of the ground.
Certainly showing why he's been the leading goal kicker in the comp this year too. None more important than this shot. This could be a real, just make it difficult for the Dogs.
Nope.
Umpire Jason Wren moves a little bit too far.
Opens the door. 20-minute mark. It's now 5 points the margin.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's been a weekend of nearly extra time contests, Goldie.
I think there's another. Well, there's
something
a few
else
more
to play.
There's still some more
another
scenarios to play out here.
Scoreboard
Webber
reads a bit different, boys, than yesterday's.
been a ring-a-ding. 27 goals for the match.
So Webber
kicks towards the half-back flank. Went between Jenkins' legs. It's held up middle of the ground. Umpire Taylor says I'll have it at the 21-minute mark. 4 points the margin.
How many goals this quarter, boys?
We have had 5. 5 at the Tigers' end and 1 for the Dogs. As the ball nurse forward here falls fortunately in the hands of McWaters, I think it is.
No.
Sorry, Cooper Steckel. My apologies. So it's Steckel, the youngster. High ball. Carter territory's looming. Leaps over the back of Viney. Grabs the ball. Dangerous territory. Top up by Little Jack. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Little Jack follows up.
He tried to fist the point.
He's kept it in.
Goes to ground. Taken in by Carissa.
Matty Dean. Oh, Carissa, sorry.
Yeah, Carissa just straightens up. Spots up a target in Greenslade. So we're all getting excited here. So Johnny Greenslade been pretty good this afternoon. Bit of push and shove off the boy. Voigt and Shell decides to go backwards and finds George Dent. Nurses up the line. The target here be Zach Kuiper. He's got a running Webber, which he gets the ball. So the Doc towards the wing area. Mitch Jenkins and Joffa. Oh, well done by Mitchy Jenkins. He's got assistance there from the experience. Nitsky just puts his body in there in front of the packed hill. So
they didn't have anything to kick to down the line, boys. Looks like Leonard's off at the moment.
So 21.5 minutes gone. Still anyone's game. 4-point ball game here. And a ring-a-ding-ding on Father's Day.
Yeah, certainly is. 4 points the margin. Just outside 50 for the Dogs. They need a goal.
Fuller.
Here's a chance. Mayo. Free kick. pushing the back. Mick Taylor right on the scene there, and so were the Dogs interchange bench and supporters. They wanted that one. Team free kick. It's going to Mayo. This is a big kick. Huge kick in the context of the season. At the 22-minute mark. Kick inside 50. Chop out Matt Fuller down that end of the ground.
Yeah, but he's just switched himself back then. That's his second valuable possession, as you said, Gold. He's just back down there to settle things down.
Yep.
Should get 26, 27 minutes,
with
boys.
The ball. Kick to goal in this quarter. He goes bang with that long left foot. Scholl is in a good position here. Off hands, taken by Greenslade. Matty Dean opens up the middle of the ground. Joffa, back to Dean, got to use it nicely here. Gets it to Greenslade, usually a good user of the ball. Here's Phoenix Lions right in the middle of Nairne. He goes to the kick towards the half-forward line. Full pelt, Carissa dropped the chest mark, went to ground. Here's a chance for McWaters. He's got support here. Ellsworthy, free kick, Mick Taylor.
Daniel Lackenby not happy there, but indicating illegal disposal. So Carissa.
Mick was
He's
right
got a
there.
player on here, Pistols.
So Carissa to centre of the ground. He's got two, but he picks out Jack George Dent. So the Dogs to push inside 50 here.
Oh, goodness.
This is up the line towards the Catfish. Well done by the big man in Voigt. Stumbled, but effective there. And the chip walks it across in front of the Dogs faithful on the terraces there, realising 23 minutes ticked over here. 24, sorry. 14-5 plays 13-7. So Tigers hang on by 4 points.
Inside 50 for the Dogs. Just happy to lock it up, not give away a free kick. Probably a couple of minutes left.
Not much fun
4
on the bench
points to
these
margin.
games, boys, I'll be honest with you.
Inside 50 here for the Dogs. Fisting it up with Scholl, looking for a runner. Dangerous position, edging their way forward. The umpire coming in again, says, I'll have it. 45 metres out from the Dogs' goal. They trail by 4 points in the knockout semi-final.
These are situations, decision-making is very important when you've got the football and also as an umpire, I'd suggest. So, ball up, Shell, fists it forward out the back door.
Oh, he's on the scene, the umpire!
Too high.
He was on the scene! Oh! And it's in the hands of a man you'd love to have a shot at goal, Tom Mayo.
Flags are limp.
He's kicked the one goal in the first quarter, has 25 for the year, Goldie, so as you said, proven goal kicker here.
Dogs support, Dogs interchange bench. Just, I don't think they can look at this.
They're off the stools.
No. Shane Collins, he's beside himself.
He's gone for a squat.
And the terraces, you can tell as they watch this, they've got their hearts in their mouth. The Dogs faithful. So Tommy Mayo,
Kick it, son.
45 metres, similar angle, sets it towards the Pineless end. The crowd are up in a bell.
Oh, it's hit the post!
He's got it all!
Unbelievable!
He's hit the post! Oh, shades of yesterday's lacquer.
Oh, how
We've
beautiful
had
are
top
those
price.
posts too, boys. They're beautiful new posts.
Gracious.
So 5 points, is it? Margin is open to?
3 points.
3
3
points,
points.
sorry. 3 points. Adding it on
Wow.
instead of taking it off. So, Giorgio, 3-point ball game. So the Squid deep in the back pocket. Still time for Onkers if they're good enough. Puts it towards the wing area. Leap will be...
Brady
the big man!
That was a Dan Roberts one, Pistols.
Absolutely. What the doctor
Tigers-
ordered. So, Beck
Tigers
Brady,
faithful.
he'll be
Right
just
back.
content to take as long as he can. Because know what's it like to win flags.
I'll be kicking it long to Carter, thank you very much.
So door will go long. It's Carter Territory. It's called by Daniel Nostradamus Lackenby. Ball comes down there, wrapped up there. Nitsky wraps up Green Slate.
Goodness gracious.
So 3 points, 14-5 to 13-8. 89 plays 86 here in the quarter.
Oh, they're on.
Here's a chance.
Oh, good tackle, Brady.
Ball
They're on,
fed out
though.
there for the Dogs.
Mayo.
Running through the centre, Mayo.
Boy.
Just hit the post back here. Camp
He's
done
got
it,
to
though.
force the contest, and he
It's
does.
Force it. Lees us
Oh,
Yes!
Tigers have won.
There it is. And that's it.
Unbelievable stuff.
And as always, the siren brings agony and ecstasy. Agony for the Dogs. They've given it their all.
Unbelievable.
And I tell you what, fatigued ecstasy for the Tigers. Great game of footy here. It's ended up 14-5-89. Lobethal have hung on to defeat Onkers 13-8-86 Goldie. Great game of footy.
Wow. Incredible. Jaden J. Hill's going to go out there and get us a guest.
We might just all draw breath here in what's been a sensational elimination first semi-final. Onka Valley. Well, moments in football games, Lackers. Tommy Mayo, unfortunately, will probably be reliving that shot for a lot of tonight. What could have been, hitting the post.
Yeah, poor bugger. I mean, what a tough shot. What was it, boys? 4 goals kicked up to that end during the day, and probably had the best of the conditions. Hit it really well. Probably did the right thing going left post, but unfortunately didn't get the job done. And to be fair, Pistols, I think Lobethal won that game in their third quarter. The way that, what was it, 3 goals to 1? I think they kept them 2 with the breeze and kicked 1 into it.
Yep.
That was the match winner right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. But great game of footy, great advertisement once again for the standard of the competition here in the Adelaide Hills Division 1. And call the Wild.
Yeah.
Here with all the action, that's for sure. So we'll just wait for intrepid man Jaden J. Hill. Looks like he's going to
We've got an interview.
stay around. It looks like he's going to get the coach down there and Matty Fuller. He's just going to be. Here he comes over now. So without further ado, we'll cross down to Jaden J. Hill.
Give him a wave.
Jaden, take it away.
I've got Matt, Lobby captain here. Well done, mate. How's it feeling, mate?
Yeah, geez, the old heart's ticking away here at the minute, but God, it's just nice to get a win on the board. It's obviously coming home. It's a heavy scoring end, and yeah, we were just fortunate enough we got a few out the back and really ran off with it. So, yeah, big boys up.
Thanks to the mindset, obviously coming from behind, obviously just keep pushing, and obviously you did get a run there in the second quarter as well. Just take us through the mindset of the boys, obviously.
Yeah, look, we knew we had no second chance anymore. We booked it last week. If we were going to do this, we had to do it the hard way, and I don't think heavy. Can you hear him?
Oh, it's break.
High and luckily enough, we were smart.
And just take us through, you did mention last week, big loss last week. How during the week also, like, you know, you knew you could play good footy and take it up against Onkas, obviously beating them through the year. What was the mindset through the week?
The side we saw last week, obviously, well and truly, what we pride ourselves on. We knew that, so it was all about just forgetting that game, move on, positivity back, and really get forward, moving on. We knew that, again, no second chances, and Onkas were pretty over. We knew we had to come out and really bring it to them, and I think we did that in the end.
And also, you sort of touched on the goals and stuff in the second half. Just take us through, like, Carter and Ben put on the game.
Yeah, the Mitchie Carter down 40 sort of had a bit of a mismatch. I thought that was pretty clear, so we'd try and get into him as we couldn't. Bamps was lucky at the back and moving forward, so he played perfectly.
Yep. And also, obviously compared to last year, sort of take us through sort of mindset at the moment, obviously sort of in a contrast from last year. Just take the team.
Yeah, look, we're probably missing a couple at the moment, and they're probably some of our bests in Fisher and Cooper Luke was lucky enough to come back, but I think Ben Pring did hammy again. So, yeah, we're going to be pushing again to find another player to step up, and I got no doubt we have got that capacity. It's just a matter of that mindset and switching that back on coming into next week.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congrats on the win, mate. Enjoy the win. Thank you. Cheers. Back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. To Jaden J. Hill and also to Matt Fuller for giving us his time. We apologise for a little bit of interference there, but at least we were able to get the thoughts of Matty Fuller after what has been an exciting victory. Getting over the line by 3 points, 14-5 to 13-8 here in the first semi-final. So speaking of final, we might go down for the final analysis of, well, where the game was probably won and lost. Indy Rogers.
Thank you, Pistols. Absolutely, hands down, one of the most exciting games we've witnessed in the A grade this year, and very resilient efforts from both teams, particularly with how strong the win was. You always knew it was going to be the difference about utilising the opportunities they got in the quarters which favoured them. And I mean, without that win advantage, you wouldn't have guessed that Lobethal would come back and win this game after their dismal opening quarter, but had a fantastic second quarter effort. Pretty admirable third quarter effort considering the centre clearances did improve for them, even if the inside 50 entries came hard. And the inside 50 entries full time read 46 to 57. That's in Onka's favour. So they did get more of the ball, mostly out of those stoppages from around the ground. The centre clearance is 14-17 in Onka's favour too. Not a massive difference at the end of the game, but there was certainly some significant advantage in the first half in Onka's favour, but that seemed to pan out as the game progressed, and Lobethal certainly addressed that issue. It was just all about the direction of the breeze, really. It was very strong, and it kind of enforced the direction the ball was ultimately going to go in. But the hit out 65-43, that's in Lobethal's favour, and that is a major statistic. It helped them win a lot of stoppages and at least knock back Onka's advantage to kick the ball in the wind's direction. So really great effort from Lobethal to come back and win this game, and plenty of admiration for Onka's as well. But I just think in those dying stages, they did the right thing. They tried to lock down, and more importantly, they tried not to concede too much when they lost the win advantage. But unfortunately, Lobethal just knew how to attack from the half-back flank really well. So plenty of credit for the winner of this game. They go up against Uradla again for the second time in 2 weeks at Echunga next Saturday, so that'll be massive for Lobethal, and they're coming off of a close loss for themselves, so both teams might be equally as energy deprived, but therefore evenly matched. Jaden, what statistics did you identify up to full time?
Cheers. Thank you, Indy. So just the full-time, I'll go through the fourth quarter stats. So 37 kicks for Lobethal, 40 for Onka Valley. Marks, 14 for Onkas and 11 for Lobie. Handballs, 18 each. Tackle count, 37-34 in favour of Onkas. So the totals, 170 kicks to 159 in favour of Onkas. 94 handballs to 93 in favour of Onkas. And also the marks, 58-55 in favour of Onkas. They also won the tackling count as well. So they won every count. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get it on the scoreboard today. That margin of 3 points is Lobie's closest finals win since 2010. Equal closest finals win. And it's also the seventh time the highest ranking team at a final in Nairne has won. So there's stats for you boys. So well done to Lobie.
And also well done to you, Jaden J, and also Indy for your once again good work here this afternoon. And well, we better get out this bloke because he's starting to take on the look of the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. It's dropped about 20 degrees out there. I think Daniel Lackenby.
Pistols, I'm frozen in one spot. I understand why Colo had to whinge. Fair dinkum. I tell you what, these young blokes, they're harder than the Nairne footballers. Don't worry about that. They whinge less.
Well, I suppose you can say what you want now, can't you?
Yeah.
But, a great game of footy, mate. We've seen two very good semi-finals over the weekend. Contrasting, one was tough, dour, low scoring, and today was certainly tough and dour, but a bit more high scoring, mate.
Nah, it was good to watch, wasn't it? And, just great finals footy. And yesterday, yes, it was tough and the pressure, and it was played probably due to the conditions. And today, obviously favouring one end. Obviously had 4 goals kicked up one end, I think it was, mate.
As we said, the fluctuating fortunes. Quarter time, it was Onka Valley got that good start. They led by 32 points. The Tigers pegged them back to lead by 5 at half time. Then the Dogs turned for home at three-quarter time, 20-point margin. And in the end, it's the Tigers getting over the line by 3 points. So very fluctuating. As you said, the wind, it was really funny. Sometimes it was really strong, and then other times, as we said, it was as limp as you are. So. Yeah.
I'm rigid. Don't worry about that. It was interesting because that third quarter by Lobie was outstanding, and the clear instructions from the coach was to control the football and deny Onkas the opportunity to score with the breeze, and they did an outstanding job there. And to be fair, Onka's last quarter was outstanding. So they went in so many times, they just couldn't get the ball through those sticks. And just a really even contested game of footy. It was really good to watch.
And as we said, moments that define things, and nothing against him. It just that unfortunately you certainly can't blame. But Tommy Mayo hitting the post, like you don't mind if they shang a bit. Like yesterday with Price hitting the post. So
I was going to say that.
There's moments, that define football matches when, if a little bit of luck, like if the coat of paint wasn't as thick on the post, it might have snuck through. That sort of situation. But,
if it was the old posts, might have got through because these ones are a bit wider. So who knows? It's
All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for your work on the weekend. We'll let you go and obviously get a little bit warmer because I tell you what, it's I think this will be the weather Scott of the Antarctica can be pretty happy with out here at Nairne. It does get a bit chilly up here at the, as I said, you'll be new experience for you. You're using the palace over there. It's all nice and warm, not a heater, but at least you're sheltered. But up here on the hill with the plebs, it does get a bit chilly. But we thank you very much for your work over the weekend, and certainly we look forward to joining us again on the grand final day, mate, out of the Chunga. So thank you very much for your work.
Nah, thanks, Pistols. I've had a great time, so thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed it.
And I bet you wish you were up in Queensland with your cheers, Scott, because it might be a little bit warmer up there.
Could you tell, like, that was a bit, you know, I asked them to send a cheerio, mate, just to pump me up a little bit, yeah?
Just like they had in the bottom on the notes, the checks in the mail, mate, for someone who actually likes you.
Yeah, it's a short list at the moment, mate.
Good on you, Daniel Lackaby. Thanks very much.
Thanks, bud.
All right, that just about wraps us up here from the Call of the Wild. I said the final day of our what's been a big couple of weeks of finals football, doubling up. Saturday, Sunday, and we're back to regular next week. Watch your local guys, because a big weekend coming up on the Call of the Wild. It's grand final day in the country division. We'll be out there covering that, and also preliminary final action in Division 1. So that'll all be covered. As I said, check your local guides. And as we sign off, we've got to thank once again the valuable sponsors who help keep us on the air. Of course, the Hills Football League sponsors, Police Credit Union, West End, Sportspower, Sherrin, and the Courier newspaper, and Think Road Safety, and their media sponsors in sports, Interactive, Dartfish, Filming Footy, and of course their Call of the Wild seasonal sponsors in Chris Shaw Accounting, and also Kloses Supermarket, and also great support of a couple of other good friends of ours in Fitness Studios and Solar Wholesalers. And of course thank you to all the team, Daniel Lackenby for his special comments over the weekend, and also of course Indy Rogers and Jaden J. Hill for their work with the stats, and also Flynn Rogers and the dulcet voice of Dallas Rogers for the great work they do behind the scenes. So once again, very valuable input from them. So that just about wraps us up, as I said. So next week, big weekend once again. We'll be all here in the Call of the Wild. So check your local guides, and don't forget the huddle on Lofty 88.9 FM Special Country Division Grand Final edition on Wednesday night, 5 till 7. And also there might be a couple other special guests who will be on the show. So tune in for that. So until we talk again, this is Jeff Bastola on behalf of the crews, wishing you all the best for the remainder of Father's Day, and we look forward to bringing you all the Hills Football League action next week. So until then, keep on chasing your goals. Bye.
Driving a lemon? Turn that lemon into something sweet with a Police Credit Union car loan. With an amazing rate of 3.99% and comparison rate of 4.25%, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Visit Police Credit Union today.